Well, I was watching the news this morning. Out in Aurora, they've had a dramatic increase in car thefts.
Mm-hmm.
So this couple buys a car for their business. They have a donut shop or something to deliver donuts. So they buy the car. It's like the next day the car is stolen.
Probably a Hyundai or a Kia.
It was, I think it was a Hyundai.
Yep.
2 days after she gets the car back from impound, it's stolen again.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is.
You know, but what are they doing to protect their car? I mean, do they?
Well, she disconnected the battery for the second time.
No, you gotta be proactive with it, and you know, especially cars that are easy to steal.
But I guess those
Kias and Hyundais, yeah.
Well, I was watching 31 News, and he said, you know, maybe get one of those.
A club you can use, or else they'll just cut the wheel. But you know, you got to get an active alarm so they can't steal the car.
Yeah, but even an alarm that makes noise, they don't give a shit.
No. I mean,
A cutoff?
Interlock type thing where it'll shut the fuel off, it'll shut spark, it'll make the car just.
Why are some cars easier to steal?
The initial, like the 19, 20, 21 Hyundais and Kias don't have anything as far as a key. You can start with a screwdriver.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they have zero security on the car. Not just a little, nothing. Other cars, if you don't, you get a transponder type key, you actually have to do a workaround to get around the ignition to make them start. But you know, once the neighborhood figures out which cars they can steal in 5 seconds or less, they never walk home again.
Right.
You know, they just go find one and shoot across town, dump it. You know.
And they even had video of the guy stealing the car.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I got video of a guy damaging a car in my parking lot. Yippee.
Wow.
And they ever catch him?
No.
You have a guy, you're saying, on tape, stealing.
Breaking into the car, whether he stole it or not.
Did you find him?
The police actually did come out because there was blood in the car. He cut himself. And they know who he is.
And they won't do anything.
Well, they're trying to put a case together so they can actually do something with him, but he's a known offender.
Well, what's funny is that when the guy who stole my car got arrested and sentenced, which is, I thought, pretty unusual.
Yeah.
That they actually caught the guy and prosecuted him.
Yeah, because it's just poor people out there trying to steal so they can get food for their families.
Right.
That's the, you know.
That's because they're too lazy to ask for food stamps, right?
Well, no, we spectacularized, street camping for so long. You give these guys medals for surviving. Because like Aurora, I guess they're going to postpone the thing that's supposed to start this weekend, being a street camping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have nowhere to put the people.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. Don't forget to take your CBD from Panacea Life Sciences to get the edge off of your anxiety, to take away pain and inflammation. RealCBDthatworks.com. Welcome to the show. Let's go to the phones. We got Car Day today. Kevin Calkins with us from Sheridan Auto Tech. We love Sheridan for all kinds of repairs and maintenance and electrical issues. And one of the topics I want to talk about today is securing your car from theft. And really, it's very difficult, but there are alarms. Kevin, you were talking about security systems that disable the car. That's basically the only thing that really works.
That's the only thing.
Because once they get it, LoJack and all those that try to find it, big deal.
Oh,
the car's never the same.
Yeah, it's never the same. You're right.
So the bottom line is, stop the car. Now, what kind of alarms do that? What do they do?
Well, they're upgrading all the time.
They're kill switches, right?
Kill switches. It'll kill the fuel pump. It'll kill the computer. It'll, anything.
So when you turn your car off, there's more to it than just turning the car off.
Yes, the computer will start activating and bypassing systems.
So when you activate the alarm or set the alarm,
Mm-hmm.
critical systems go offline.
Well, they have it now to where just the little key fob, as you walk away from the car, it sets, and as you come back, it turns back on.
No, we know that, but
Yeah.
it sets, meaning that even if they break in, there's no more hot wiring.
No, you're not going to get the car. Yeah, no.
So the cars being stolen are the older ones, basically, no?
Well, the ones that are easy, like we talk about the Hyundais, Kias, or Targets.
Why are they easy?
There's no transponder on the key.
Wait, Hyundais?
Yeah, the 2021 Hyundais. Yeah, you just basically put a screwdriver in and start it, like an old Ford truck.
There's no transponders on a Hyundai Key?
Not until you get to the push button where the security kicks in. That's why they're so easy to steal.
So can you put a system on that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, different stereo shops, car toys, place like they got all kinds of stuff. It's worth looking into.
Wow. 303-713-8255. Let's go to the phones and talk to Stacy. Stacy, how are you doing? How can we help you, Stacy? What's happening?
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on, Stacy?
Well, I am in a nightmare of a kitchen renovation gone bad.
Oh no! How did you how did you find the person?
Well, it's through Home Depot.
Oh,
So,
well, hold on.
yeah, so
Now, usually Home Depot has a list of people, and you pick them and hire them, but the materials are at Home Depot. Did Home Depot actually send the people out, or did you go off their list?
So I purchased the cabinets at Home Depot. I paid about $12,000 a year ago.
Okay.
So within that $12,000 is the cost of installation with one of their
Okay, so that you purchased cabinets for $12,000, which included installation, and you had no choice in that installation.
Well, and the main issue was not necessarily with the contractor, although I'm finding out he made mistakes as well. The issue was when the cabinets arrived 5 months later, they were damaged. There's 90 areas of damage to these cabinets. So
damaged in 90 areas?
Yes, from the manufacturer. The manufacturer is Thomasville Master Brand Cabinets, and they sell their product in Home Depot.
So how are you going to, okay, so did they replace the cabinets?
No. So that was in October. The cabinets were installed. The contractor should have never installed damaged cabinets, but he installed.
Oh, wait a minute. Why did he?
I don't know. Because it's his contract with Home Depot? Who knows? So I took documentation of 90 areas of damage. I went back to Home Depot and Thomasville.
So you didn't notice them. Hold on. When they arrived and this guy starts, or this company starts installing them, you did not notice the damage.
During the installation, I said, wait a minute, there's a ding out of that. There's like a gouge out of one of the cabinets. I said, wait a minute, there's a gouge out of that cabinet. That doesn't look good.
Then what?
And the installer said, oh, they all come in like that. We'll be able to hide it. So I'm like, I've never had this done before.
All right,
and I
so
trusted
when was
what
the
they
job,
said.
let's talk turkey. When was it completed?
It's not.
No, I mean, okay, it's not completing, meaning it's not repaired, or did you stop them in the middle of the job?
No, they finished the job.
Okay,
I left
well,
the
hold on, Stacy. When I ask questions, okay, listen, it's really important. When I said, when was the job completed, you said it's not, meaning it's not completed to your satisfaction. But when was it actually completed to according to them?
So the installation of the cabinets was completed in October.
That's what I mean. Okay, in October. And since October, you've been trying to do what? Get them to replace it?
Yes. So I have been, Thomasville has sent 5 new shipments of cabinets to Home Depot since October, and they are all damaged.
So every single time they send a replacement, it's just as bad.
I don't know if it's just as bad, but
Okay.
It's not. They're damaged enough to not rip out the current cabinet and put in the new.
So what does Home Depot suggest you do, or what does Thomasville suggest you do? I mean, really, what?
So they want me to continue waiting until they get a shipment of good cabinets. And I said, well, I don't believe it's ever going to happen at this
I understand
point.
you lost faith, but hold on. Then what is your solution?
So I have asked them for a complete refund plus the additional expenses I have incurred over the past 6 months.
What additional expenses?
I have a piece of granite that a company has been storing for me since last January, and they are charging me $25 a week storage fee for the additional time. It's been 6 months so far, so that's 600.
That's going to be really, that's called subsequential or consequential damages. It's going to be super hard to do that. But in any case, did Home Depot or Thomasville offer a refund?
They have said they will give me a refund, but have not yet done it.
All right. Okay. So why do you think they haven't done it yet? Is it because you're insisting on that extra money?
I don't know.
So today, where it stands is you have defective cabinets installed. Thomasville doesn't know how to do it right. Home Depot threw up their hands and said, we'll give you a refund.
Correct.
We'll take the refund. Now, will they tear them out, though?
I don't know. I can't get them tore out until I have other cabinets ready to put in.
Let me ask you something. If they gave you, let's say, theoretically, they gave you the 12 grand back or whatever, is it possible with that amount of money you can get someone good to come in and fix them?
No, they can't be fixed. I can't put granite on them.
Why?
I need to have them replaced because there are cracks in the cabinet boxes.
Oh.
And if I put the weight of granite on them, they will continue to crack.
How are they cracked? You mean the boxes themselves are cracked?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have any pics of this stuff?
I have 90, and I have a video that I made
well, can you
YouTube.
send us some pics of the worst stuff? Not 90, but the worst?
Sure, and I can send you a link to the video as well, if that will help.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's start out. Stay on the line, 303-713-8255. A nightmare in Home Depotville. We hear this a lot, folks. More and more.
We have an angel, though, at Home Depot.
Yeah, but this is a big one.
Yeah.
Well, what more can Home Depot do, though? I mean, you gotta get new cabinets. Nothing else they can do.
Just get the refund processed. If they give it a hard time about it.
Buy shipments and cabinets.
Well, there's a furniture maker out there somewhere who can rebuild a cabinet.
Do yourself a favor and call Rocky Mountain IV Medics and get some hydration therapy, IVs, and you don't pay any more with Rocky Mountain IV Medics coming to your home or your office or some other meeting place. You don't pay any more than you would at a regular IV bar. I don't know why, for the life of me, people bother going anywhere else. Dehydration, vitamin deficiency, migraines, hangovers, the flu, whatever it is you need to get over and get help from or get help with, you can with Rocky Mountain. IVMedics.com. Even same hour appointments available. Yes, same hour. Just text them or call 720-987-2155. Yes, RockyMountainIVMedics.com right now, 720-987-2155.
That's got to be frustrating, not having your kitchen for a year.
Did she say it's been a year?
Well, they put after she ordered the cabinets, it was they put them in, finally finished in October, so it's been 6 months, 7 months anyway.
Christie Sports Patio Days is the largest patio furniture event in the Rockies. Visit a Christie Sports showroom for the best selection of quality outdoor furniture.
Thomasville cabinets. Really bad. Really bad reviews.
Oh, really?
Patio furniture. Patio Days is for a limited time, April 20th to May 8th. Visit a Christie Sports showroom today for patio furniture.
Really bad.
Not just a little.
I wonder why she liked them so much.
Modern medicine or personal hygiene. Actually, it's both. Considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all,
Not some people are comfortable with, major companies backing it, Home Depot,
Yeah.
or, used to be Sears.
Oh, yeah, right.
You just didn't even question, Sears,
Clean your nose with Navage. Navage is
We get that with cars, people, we get stuff from Midas and other shops and,
Right.
change stuff that they shouldn't be looking at. But people trust them, that they're,
And then out
Yeah.
the other nose,
because of the name
pushing
brand.
out
Yeah.
mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Navage.
So I keep seeing this stuff on Facebook about Elon. Yesterday, someone said, "Oh, he's going to buy Coca-Cola so they can put cocaine
he said
back in
that.
there."
He said that, yeah.
Yeah, and now today he
Yeah.
said, "I'm going to buy McDonald's so I can get their ice cream machines working."
You know what's really scary though? This new czar that they're going to have about policing.
The disinformation czar,
Oh man, that is right out of
brought to you
1984.
by the disinformation.
Boy, that is
people.
scary as shit.
What is?
They're going to have a disinformation czar that's going to
Try to clean up
censor-
social media.
censor what goes
Yeah.
on social media
From the government.
Yes,
from the government.
Oh boy.
That sounds like fucking Russia
Yeah,
exactly.
or China. The government can't monitor what disinformation is.
They are disinformation.
Are they truly trying to do
Yes.
that?
No, they did. They said they started it. Yeah. Yeah. In answer to him getting Twitter, guaranteed. That's what it is.
So what's disinformation?
Exactly.
well, are they going to
That's all right.
are they going to flag all the Democratic disinformation
No.
as well as the right wing disinformation?
They'll let you know for sure. It's,
Right. Yeah.
But who is? I mean, did they actually appoint a czar?
Yeah.
yeah, the Democrats. Yeah,
This is scary. I gotta see that. Biden's his latest assault. Are you shitting me?
That is
it's
something
unbelievable, isn't it? You say it. Yeah.
I mean, what?
You need to like that up, Tom, on one of your rants.
Homeland Security Disinformation Governance Board. Oh my God. The Disinformation Governance Board. How scary is that?
See, you didn't even know about it, and most people now don't know about it.
Well, it sounds almost like it's unbelievable. So everybody,
Yeah.
no way.
Definitely time for Martino about that.
She was the one that said the Biden laptop wasn't true.
Mm-hmm. That was just a mistake. That wasn't disinformation.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Thomasville has terrible reviews. Terrible reviews. Thomasville cabinets. Basically, I want to get that video and I want to look at the pictures, but she should just get a refund and move on. And that's what we should work toward right now. Getting a refund and moving on. As far as other damages, you may have to sue separately for that. And luckily, you could sue up to $7,500 in small claims court. Now, speaking of construction, Charlie, what's going on with you?
Tom, you're gonna love this.
Uh-oh.
So, the builder who is building out the Westminster Mall old area, the developer that's building that place.
Yeah.
About 5 months ago, my real estate guy and I put money down, put $10,000 or $12,000 down on a townhome that they're building. We signed a contract for $527,000.
Now, who is the builder? You just said builder of Westminster Mall. Who is it?
It's the builder's name is Walker Thrash. It's the Thrash Group. He's out of it's some big builder out of Tennessee.
It's Thrash, did you say?
Colorado. Thrash.
That's what I thought I heard. Okay, Thrash. Okay, so
yeah.
Walker Thrash, and what did you hire him for?
It's a new construction. I bought one of the townhomes. He's building 6 buildings with, I don't know, I think there's.
Okay, in other words, you didn't hire him. You didn't hire him. You're buying one of his You're buying one of his condos.
Right. They're building a new site. With
I got it. Yeah, buying a townhome.
Contract.
Buying a townhome from the builder of Westminster Mall. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but okay, what's happening?
Just that area.
Okay.
He's redeveloping the Westminster
Mall
area.
Get it. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Now what's happening with that?
So, signed a contract for $535. I just, I've been working with the lender today or yesterday. I get an email that the builder all of a sudden says he's not going to abide by the contract unless we raise the price 6.5%.
Okay. Now.
So he's just canceling the contract unless we agree to a 6.5% higher price.
Got it. Now listen, you're not the only one. As shocking as this sounds, it's happening all over. And but be careful. There might be wording in that contract that listen carefully, either allows them to cancel or liquidates the damages to a certain amount that they're willing to pay. I don't know what your contract says. Did you have a real estate person or an attorney help you?
I did. My realtor purchased one for himself also.
Yeah.
And he got the same thing. He just got off the line with the National Real Estate Association, and basically their attorney, their helpline, basically said that even the wording in that contract says that if the builder defaults, and which to me that means that he doesn't build the buildings.
If it defaults, then what?
Then they have to give me back any money that I put down plus $500.
Okay, well then hold on. I would say default doesn't mean, I don't know where you came up with the definition for default. It doesn't necessarily mean if they don't build any of the townhomes. What default means is they default on the contract.
Yeah, so I don't understand how they can just
Charlie,
the price that
Charlie, there is a default clause in the contract. You just told me that, right?
But it's super vague.
Wait. What? Okay, exactly what does it say? Exactly. You already had an attorney read it, right?
My realtor had an attorney read it, and I've got it right here. And I can read the realtor, the builder's portion of it.
I'm going to tell you how I interpret it, not that it matters, because I'm not going to give you a legal opinion, but I'm going to tell you how I would read it. Go ahead.
If the seller or any of the seller's obligations, the buyer has delivery under written notice, the setting forth detail the failure of performance by the seller. So, and the seller shall have 5 days from receipt of the default notice within which to cure the failure of performance. So it talks about failure of performance and failure to complete the build.
No, but Charlie, bro, listen, man. I want to help you, but I can't let you sit here and BS me, man. It doesn't say anything about completing the build. It says obligations and performance. You wanted to say that. Here's what you wanted to say. You wanted to say they did not default. They're still building the project, so they are not in default. They are absolutely in default of their duties if they don't follow through on the construction. And if the builder is saying, Charlie, send us a notice of default and you'll get all your money back plus $500, and you don't like it, that's tough, Charlie. You can't just go shopping for an answer that you like. I would love for you to be correct. Since when is a default meaning they absolutely are not going to build the project? That's not a default. I mean, that is a default, by the way, but that's one of many defaults. I mean, a simple default could be saying, guess what, Charlie? We're not honoring your contract. That is a default.
Well, that's just bad. I mean, okay, say that.
Charlie, you agreed to it, bro. You agreed to it.
Okay, I mean, I agree that it may be legal, but is that good business? Is that moral on their part to just raise the price?
What? Listen, Charlie, let's examine that. Really, let's examine that. Let's say that they're sitting around a table and they think, hey, you know what? These are in high demand. We can get 100,000 more. Let's screw everybody and let's just cancel the contracts. I would think, in my mind, that's bad, immoral. However, if they're sitting around and they're saying, oh my God, we can't build this for near what we thought we could build it for. It's going to cost us way more. In fact, we can't get these contractors. They've all raised their prices by 20 or 30%. Plus, materials have gone through the roof, which, by the way, Charlie, is true. So, is that, hold on. Is that immoral? If you were in business and you had a choice of going through with the project and losing $100,000 for that customer or paying that customer $500, what would you do?
Well, in that example, yes, I'd have to pay the customer $500 and walk away.
Well, okay, man. I mean, I don't listen. I love finding bad guys. I do. But Charlie, this is a very distinct contract with a default clause that you agreed to. And this builder is saying, you know what? There's no way we can build this for this price. There's no way. Charlie, you know what? When you said 535, I thought, okay, a townhome near Westminster, 535. I thought, okay, it could be. What size was that townhome?
It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage.
How many square feet?
I think it's 2,600 or somewhere in there.
Now, Charlie, I know you're not a dummy, and I know what you did when you heard about this. You thought, I'm going to see if I can find anything else and screw these people. And you went out and you looked, and you found, oh, my God, this 535 is a screaming deal.
Well, 6 months ago, it wasn't. Now it is.
Okay. Right. Now, you know.
So now that it's a deal.
You know what I'm shocked about?
Renege on the contract.
You know what I'm shocked about? Deputy Doc did the same thing with a house, and they never raised the price.
Let me tell you, I got to give props to Cobalt Builders. They are honoring their contract in full.
His mic's on, bro. His mic's on. What are you saying? It's not on? I hear him. Oh, wait, it's not plugged in. You're right. See, Doc, you got to plug it in. Thank you, Shannon. I hear him over
here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying, I got to give props to Cobalt Builders. They are honoring the contract I signed a year ago, and they are increasing the price of the same unit by over $100,000 on the same unit.
Now, that would be great if they did that for Charlie, but they don't have to.
They are. They're doing that to the next phase. They said, well, we're raising the price to the next ones we sell 25%, but we're only raising you 6.5%.
You might want to take them up on it, Charlie, unless you can find a better deal. Listen, I don't want you calling thinking, wow, that was a lot of help. But it is help, Charlie, because instead of tickling your ears or giving you a bunch of BS, like a lot of attorneys like to do, I'm telling you what you're going to run up against for real. Bullshit, real estate doesn't work. There was a liquidated clause. He's trying to interpret what a default means.
But you know what? For 6.5%, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage for $535 is
it's a 3-bedroom.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
2,600 square feet.
That's crazy for $535 in this market.
And they're only raising it 6%.
But you want to hear something amazing, Tom? So I got a letter from my annuity that they miscalculated for 2022, and they raised it they were giving me a 2% cost of living. They were sorry, we miscalculated. You're actually entitled to a 5.3% increase.
Do you get retro?
Yeah, it's going to be retroactive and going forward. But isn't that amazing? Almost 5.5% increase. I think it's amazing.
I love that annuity.
Yeah. Plus increased by 5.5%, which is amazing.
I'm trying to think if my oil is better than an annuity right now, except it's not guaranteed. David Ellis Jewelry, do you know that they'll buy your precious metals, whether it's old tangled messes, mismatched earrings, broken watches, all of that, or they'll actually buy precious jewels as well, yes, and precious stones like diamonds. So, hey, check them out. 2640 East 3rd Avenue. That's 3rd in Clayton. A name you can trust will weigh it and pay it. That's David Ellis Jewelry, 303-322-8779, 3rd in Clayton. Ideal Home Loans is named Ideal Home Loans because they look to make each loan ideal for your situation. In other words, you might want to take cash out to pay off high interest debt. They can help you structure that and show you how to pay extra on that high interest debt and get it over with quicker, and then put the rest toward paying off your principal faster. IdealHomeLoans.com also has the interest rate guarantee, which means if rates go down over the next year, or 2 years, that is, a 2-year guarantee, they refinance you free of charge. So even though rates may not be as low as you want them to be, at least you can lock them in at this, right? And if it goes better, you're guaranteed to get it. Plus, pre-approvals. When you're out shopping, pre-approvals are like cash deals because you're already approved, the money's put aside and waiting for you. You can close within days. It gives your contract a lot more horsepower. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
All right, so here's the good news for today. You can stream the last 7 episodes of Ozark.
Oh, it's up? The last,
yep.
The part 2 of the last
Part
season.
2, the last, you can start streaming it when you get home tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one. Yeah.
Ozark is, if you're looking for something to catch your attention for a couple of seasons, the only one I thought was better than Ozark was The Americans. Did you ever watch that, Tom? The Americans?
Yes, I loved it. Every bit of it.
That was a great series.
God, Amazon's getting its ass kicked today.
Who?
Amazon. They're down like 12%.
Do you know what? This thing scares me, this czar.
Yeah, it should.
No, it scares
Yeah, there's
the
nothing-
shit out of me. Oh my God, Hillary Clinton says for too long tech platforms have amplified disinformation and extremism with no accountability. I urge Digital Services Act across the world for global democracy to survive. They don't mean democracy, they mean their democracy.
And how about censoring the New York Times? Is anybody going to look at what they're printing, or the New York Post, or the Wall Street Journal, or any printed publication? Why should that be different than a platform?
This is fucking scary, man. I mean, I just can't believe people. I just.
It's just all part of the master plan. I think something I've been working on for a long time. You know.
Yeah.
I think the worst problem is who do you believe about anything?
What's
Like,
that?
who do you believe about anything?
Right.
You know?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Roger, what's going on with you? We have lines open. Today is car day. You can talk about cars or anything you want. 303-713-8255. Hi, Roger, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. A few weeks ago, I called in and sent you an email regarding autonomous trucks, saying if there's a way that you as media could contact these companies, since they will entertain media, and find out if there's some way that I can obtain an autonomous semi.
Right. You wanted to get into the business, and you wanted to know if you could buy one and just run it back and forth and keep doing it. And I believe we said they weren't available to the general public, nor are they approved yet.
Right. Well, the trucks they're running them currently in Arizona between Phoenix and Tucson.
They're running them as a test right now. They're running them as a test right now.
Right. Well, I mean, they got them running with no one in the truck, literally hauling freight.
As a test.
Right.
Okay. It's not ready for mass consumption.
So I'm just wondering if, they could say, yeah, we'll give you one, and then you could be our test subject in other parts of the country on back roads, areas that they are not currently running them as a test. And also when they run them, they map out the roads. So mine could be doing the same thing as mapping out roads, telling them what the road condition is like, how sharp of a curve.
Roger, I understand. You want to get in on it, and you're saying, is there a way I can not only get a route to test, but maybe help out? I don't even know who to contact. Who are the major companies running these autonomous trucks?
There's Too Simple. There's Waymo.
But are they the ones doing the testing? And who are the companies? Are they the ones actually in Arizona doing that testing?
Yeah, they're the ones actually. The truck's got their name on the side. They put the equipment on them.
Well, have you called them?
Program them. There's no phone number. There's just a contact page, and it doesn't. It says on there if you're a media. They got media relations. If you're an investor, you can click. So there's nothing for a general question or no phone numbers or anything where you can call them and literally call them and ask them a question.
Okay, what I'm reading here, that self-driving trucks are here, but they're not yet in use. Okay, they're just not. They're being tested. I don't think they want the general public or I don't think they want independent companies owning these or using these yet. Even I know what you're saying. Well, maybe they want beta testers. I think there will come a time when they want beta testers. But this is not it. They're still in alpha testing.
Right. I mean, they're testing them. I guess they're building them for companies like FedEx, and they're hauling freight for Walmart.
But they're not, Roger.
Like
they're not. You keep saying as if they are out there.
No, they are hauling Walmart freight. They're hauling Walmart freight.
Okay, but they're doing it in an alpha test. Do you understand what that is? That is not a regular run-of-the-mill operation. It is a highly observed, controlled study. They're not
right. I understand
it's not
that.
being done right now. I mean, in other words, before they get to beta testing, where they will ask companies to take on a few, before they get to that, they have to stop. They have to finish the alpha testing first. And alpha testing is usually all in-house or a few select people. You keep saying they're hauling this freight and that freight. That's just the freight they're hauling. That's not the testing. Walmart is not doing the testing. Walmart is the benefit of the alpha testing. There's a difference.
Right. But right now, I read so much different stuff in the articles. I have actually no idea what part of the testing they're in, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, any of that. And I mean, that's why I'm wondering if maybe a media outlet could contact them through their media relations, and ask them, hey, is there a way a small company to get one or two of these? That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
I mean, because they're getting.
If they have, I would love to hear from these companies. I would love to hear from them just in general. It would be a great interview segment if any of them would come on. I would love it. And I can ask them, who are you using for alpha testing, and who are you using for beta testing in the future, and how are you going to do this? Okay,
right?
Because right now,
they're talking about the trucks coming out and being available in 2023. But what if we find out that they're available now, and I could be like one of the first ones to get in on it? But how do I know that if I don't have a way to contact them? That's what I'm wondering.
It says right now the technology is not yet approved because it cannot reliably operate in all conditions. Now, the U.S. government opened the door to autonomous trucking, but only for testing.
Roger,
there is a plan for autonomous car research, and there are grants available. And the Secretary of Transportation says they're not going to stand in the way of innovation, but they have very strict controls. I mean, I think it's presumptuous to believe that next year these will be available for general consumption. I just don't think it's going to happen. They even said we're in a marathon, not a sprint. This is going to be a long process. And so I don't know what to say other than it's a good idea to get people on. I'd love to ask people about their testing, and yes, Suze, we could call some of these autonomous trucking manufacturers or adapters, whatever you call them. I don't know if they're building the whole truck or just adapting them, but we'd be happy to call and see if they have anyone available for interviews. 303-713-8255. There's a big truck driver shortage. That's what they're...
Yep, of course, and that's how they're going to fix it.
And I can appreciate he wants to be very, very early on in the process.
So all I have to do is write them a letter and say, look, I'm available when and if you're ready for beta testing, and need drivers, call me.
But you got to believe that there's other big, deep pocket people that are available as well.
Yeah.
That's not something small.
But he makes it sound like, they're all over.
Yeah, we'll just go pick one up at the used car lot.
Running freight.
Start running it up and down I-25.
No, or that he says they're doing Walmart. He thinks like they're out there actually doing it.
Sure. And I'm sure Walmart owns part of the company who's trying to fix it, because they need the trucks. FedEx, same way.
And more. There's something for everybody. Only a DQ. Happy takes good.
Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine. They're dedicated to getting you out of pain. I have another procedure scheduled for them for a problem I'm working on. That, hey, it just happened to be a defect that happened a few years ago, and it has to do with an SI joint. And here's what I'm saying to you. Whatever it is, they hunt for the cause, and then they go to work on it. What I love about them is they have office hours from 7 to 7. They make same-day appointments for people, and they also have all kinds of remedies, work with all insurance, and they get to work on pain. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank is with RE/MAX Alliance, has a team for buying and selling, and also does free market analysis of your home to find out what it will bring in the open market based on his 27 years of experience and his selling methods. He'll be straight with you. He'll show you what he's done in the past. He'll compare it to your house along with measurements and photos. And he'll get right down to it and give you a price that he believes it will sell for. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. That's complimentary, 303-920-1622.
Custom Duct Manufacturing is here to help. We are a minority-owned small business, conveniently located right outside of Denver. We specialize in fabrication of rectangular ducting and fittings.
Our high-quality Rockmust duct is carefully made by our outstanding employees who have over 2 generations of experience in the industry.
Not to mention, our lead time is easy. We can get the job done the same day and deliver it straight to you.
Visit us online at customductmfg.com or call 720-491-3410 for your free estimate today. So many people have told me about it. You know what? It's the new way to sell.
Do you know how difficult it will be to get a truck that will truly go across country?
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, think about what
The
they're...
weather, the altitude, snow,
I mean,
ice,
but think
rain,
about like
just,
the roads and how they're marked and how different they are.
yeah, no, we're
Oh my God.
I think it's perfect for Tucson to Phoenix or Denver to Colorado Springs. Or
I mean,
Denver.
eventually, I think what you're going
Yeah.
the thing of autonomous anything, you're going to have more support in the road structure, the infrastructure. Not all infrastructure is the same.
Well, no, but if you use it, like I say, from Denver to the Springs or Tucson, where it's just a straight stretch, I think that's probably where it's going to be most effective.
But then where does it go?
What do you mean?
well, you can't just drive to Colorado Springs to park. You
Right.
gotta- The
Yeah.
truck's
No,
gotta
but
go
I'm saying-
somewhere.
Where in Colorado Springs?
Yeah. But if the roads don't support the autonomous, once he's off I-25, it's of no value.
You're right. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's where it's, they have to, but
No, there's a lot to do,
yeah.
sure. And then you get, you still got stupid out on the road, so I mean, you can't, You ever see like Sam's Club has that automated floor cleaning? Yeah, it's just a little robot type mopping.
A big Roomba.
Oh, big Roomba.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, idiots running through the store, jumping in front of it.
Really.
Yeah. Trying to see if it'll stop, and it's like, what are you, 5?
And there'll be people looking for lawsuits.
Exactly where I was getting towards. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you still have stupid out there.
Absolutely.
You can't fix it.
Dan Kaplis is probably in favor of his business will go up.
He got enough business. He doesn't. Yeah. Like, can you imagine the liability right now of running these things around? The insurance has got to be astronomical. 80,000-pound bomb going down the street.
Oh,
with
yeah.
a driver. I wonder if you could hack into an autonomous truck.
Well, then
and
there are questions about that.
You just have it deliver that, $500,000 cargo to the wrong warehouse or something.
Oh, yeah. Or worse, you could program it to crash into a building or a school.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So he's blaming the economy on Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking amazing. They don't control anything.
Yeah. But you get enough people who just take it hook, line, and sinker. They don't care.
That's it. If you say a lie often enough, people will believe that it's the truth.
Yeah. It's Trump's fault. That's all people need to hear.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Century RV has new and used RVs just north of Denver on I-25, right near exit 240. That's the turn off to Longmont. Turn on that exit and go right down that frontage road on the east side of I-25, just south of 240. You'll find new and used RVs at great prices, plenty of stock. They're building a new facility up there as well to support their customers, and they give high-dollar trade-ins. You can even sell your used RV. 303-453-1111, SentryRV.com. Mandisa, what's going on with you?
Good morning.
Hey.
I paid someone to have us move. We went through Trinity regroup location.
Now, Mandisa, where were you moving? From where to where?
From Colorado to North Carolina.
Okay, I want to ask a question really quickly. The company that you hired, did you find on the internet?
I did. I went for the 10. It was 10 top best moving companies, and it was number 3.
Yeah, that'll bring you the worst companies when you search that. Okay, because Google does not have morality; it simply has an algorithm. So what I'd like to say is, I want to ask, and I'm hoping you say no. Was this company located in Florida?
Yes.
Oh my God! Well, I can tell you, Mandisa. I hate to tell you this. You're going to be ripped off if you haven't been already. You're going to be ripped, honest to God. And had you listened to the show, I will venture to say that every single mover on the internet, every broker from Florida is a crook. Every one of them that we've come across. Every one of them. So what was the come on? Where are they in Florida? Either near Orlando or Miami? Where are they?
West Palm Beach?
Yeah, that's just north of Miami. Okay. So now, next question. Did they want money up front?
Yes.
Okay. See, all of the red flags. Apparently, you don't know about this show because you would have never fell for it. How much did you pay them?
$3,367.
Okay. Now, you paid that to who? What's the name of the company?
Trinity Relocation Group.
And Trinity, by the way, is probably a person sitting in their basement on a computer, or just somebody who has nothing to do with actual moving. And what they're going to do is they're going to sell your contract to anyone who will buy it. And that $3,300 is out the window. Now the people who buy your contract are going to want more money. So what happened after you paid them $3,300?
So then a gentleman came out this week to get us moved, and as I'm showing him everything, he comes back with a price that's
he says, wait a minute.
More.
Let me tell you. Well, we can't do that for $3,300. So how much did he say?
He wanted $4,000 more than what was agreed upon.
Right. That's because the $3,300 did not go to him. It went to them. So now the next guy is in line to get his money. So now he got how much from you?
Nothing. Because once they didn't follow through, then I called customer service. He talked to customer service. I called customer service. The lady was like, how do we make this right? But she wasn't willing to make it right monetarily. She still wanted me to pay him the additional $4,000. And so then I got spooked because, you know, he wants a certain amount. I'm not willing to pay it. So I didn't let them take anything out of the home because they would want to cash on delivery.
All right. So now I hope you stop business with those people.
I did, but I'm trying to get back my money.
I am so happy, Mandisa. Listen, this is going to sound crazy to you, but I'm happy you only lost $3,300 because that was the beginning of a long journey of losing money. Now, here's something I want to tell you. This reminds me of the idiots on Twitter and all this. I tried to warn people about this scam, which we have handled on this show no less than 50 times. I tried to warn people on Nextdoor. And about 3 people were appreciative. The rest said I was lying. I was exaggerating. It never happens. How dare I do that? I cannot believe the idiocy on Nextdoor and how people want to be ripped off. To me, it's astounding. If I say to them, don't go to a mechanic who doesn't own a place and he's under a shade tree and will only take cash, they'll say, no, you're wrong. That's okay to do. It's like they exist just to disagree. And every day, every single day, I get these complaints. Now, Mandisa, I'm hoping you tell me you paid that on a credit card.
I did not. And that's the other thing I didn't know. You know, they wanted a certified check. So I did that through my bank, and my bank called me and they asked me if it was fraud, and I told them it was not. And then lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, you know, I can't get it back because I didn't put it on my credit card. So the bank couldn't help me with the situation either. I called the company. They told me to write a letter to customer service.
Yeah,
but I feel like
they don't have customer service. They have nothing.
Right.
I want to try, if they're in Florida, Deputy Smarty Pants, he's been, hold on. This poor. How many times do we hear it?
Every time.
Once a week.
All the time, yeah.
Every moving.
And on fucking next door, next door, they say it doesn't happen. I'm exaggerating.
I'm surprised you didn't know the guy's name. You knew the whole story.
Yeah. Every moving complaint has been the exact same thing, like Brooklyn, Florida.
Yep.
Well, just the whole setup. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and then we need more, and then this, and you know.
More antioxidants than any vegetable or cereal.
Well, you can say the red flag should have just been a certified check.
Then we use a whole grain to help slow sugar absorption, making it great for managing diabetes and prediabetes. Whatever your health goals are, find it in a bowl of Grainberry cereal. Pick up a box today.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family. KRFX HD2 Denver. KHW Denver, an iHeart radio station.
Mark caught it today.
The Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10.
Getting ready for the vacation.
Oh, that's right.
He's going to be gone for a month.
He'll be gone for more than a month.
ABC News, I'm Em. The parents of Trevor Reed telling ABC News they credit President Biden for securing his release in a prison exchange with Russia and possibly saving his life. Paula Reed says her son is undergoing testing at a medical hospital.
He's got a long road ahead of him to, recuperate, recover, and get back into the swing of things. But, like I said, his spirits are good, so we think he's going to be fine.
Reed was accused of assaulting Russian police in 2019. White House Communications Director Kate Bedingfield tweeting she tested positive for COVID. She is vaccinated, boosted, and has mild symptoms. Vice President Kamala Harris, who tested positive for COVID earlier this week, remains in isolation. Oklahoma is the latest state to pass strict legislation on abortion, banning the procedure as early as 6 weeks. It's modeled after the Texas law, and the governor is expected to sign. This is ABC News. The CDC has issued a nationwide health alert after confirming more than 20 cases of hepatitis in 6 states, including 1 death in Wisconsin. The signs to look out for include dehydration and yellowing of the skin. More legal trouble for one-time Trump campaign docs.
The Justice Department is suing former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort, seeking $3 million in fines and penalties. The lawsuit said Manafort failed to disclose more than 20 offshore bank accounts he controlled in Cyprus, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the UK. Trump pardoned Manafort after he was convicted of tax fraud, conspiracy, and obstruction. But the lawsuit said the pardon does not excuse Manafort's failure to file foreign bank account reports. Aaron Petersky, ABC News, New York.
A new British study says adults between their late 30s and early 70s should be sleeping for 7 hours.
Oh, sorry, wrong number. Thank you.
Researchers
So there is somebody that answers at customer service.
M1 ABC News.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search
They answer right away,
don't always
too.
get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation.
I want
on
you
the line.
trying to call
So
them.
what do you do when you don't agree with your search results?
Well, she did, but they, they don't want to.
No, she said you can't get in touch with them.
No, that's not what she said. She said they said they're willing to help, but not give money. So she said they want to what they can do to make it right.
Help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering
What you
information
can do is move around
pages
so what
of
you
your
told
search
me to
results
remove.
where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff.
But you also got
so that
it.
it rises
Well, what did they charge the $3,000 for?
Well, that was the estimate, that was the
It's
down
too
payment.
valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself.
But you gotta, somewhere in there's gotta be, most places want 10 grand, these are 3,300. I mean,
You had to go from Colorado to where?
Right. And you got all new stuff in a new place.
And I didn't have to hire a mover to move the new stuff because it was free delivery from
Right.
Jabs or wherever you're getting your furniture from. Yeah.
Is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Starting to see some relief.
But you know, the next door people trust it because it's a nationwide.
Right.
I know.
It couldn't be. It's like Angie. They trust that because they don't know the inner workings. But they recognize a name, and that's all people need is name recognition, and they will just trust.
Oh, this mover was number 3 on the top 10.
Yeah. But he said he could get right away. The other's a month out. So
Yeah.
For Saturday, a high of 67, and then for Sunday, even warmer, around 70, with some rain showers moving in Sunday night into Monday. Currently, it's 68. With impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 6:30 anyhow.
Did she even sign a contract?
The new All-Star
Outlining
lineup contains
Probably did.
flavors like the Girl Scout Thin Mints, the new Oreo Dirt Pie,
She's still on the line.
cheesecake, cotton
Yeah.
candy, and
Okay.
more. There's
Because
something
we didn't
for
solve the
everybody.
problem yet.
Only a DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hey folks, if you have hard water buildup on your faucets and
You know, Marty's coming back to Denver tomorrow because he used to just say, "Here, I'll drive over. Let's go grab a cup of coffee." And
What is it about Florida though with movers? I mean, it's
There's
just
probably some laws
yeah,
that, you know,
interstate
exempt
laws
them.
don't apply or something.
What was the movie that had
you can get water softeners starting at $2,100
The,
installed at WaterPros.
Ministry of Truth?
WaterPros.net.
The Ministry of, no, there was a science fiction, 2004, no, wait,
Sure wasn't Monty Python? No, seriously.
Your insurance company
Is that the one with Tom Cruise when they were? What was that one? Where they saw the things happen before it
Oh,
happened.
right. No, it was
fighting for you. You need Matt with Paragon Services.
Minority Report.
Adjuster.
Yes.
Call Matt for free advice on how to deal with your insurance company. 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020.
this is so scary. It's not funny. Do we realize how fucking bad this country, I mean, do we really understand how fucking bad this is?
How many people do you think know about it, Tom? That's
There's so many sheep in this world. Are you kidding? That's what they count on.
Fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. The only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we're solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. This hour brought to you by Silverleaf Mortgage. If you need a reverse loan, Silverleaf is there to help you. I can tell you the team there has a heart for seniors, and they can help you, even with a nonprofit foundation, to help fix your home up, to get ready for the appraisal, to get a higher, this is for people in need, to get a higher appraisal. Silverleaf Mortgage can also counsel you through this process. If you need a reverse loan, 62 or older, with equity, give them a call to find out more. They even have jumbo reverse loans. 720-REVERSE. That's 720-REVERSE. All right. We're talking about another moving scam, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. And I want everyone to warn everyone as much as they can. So many people lose money. I'll explain how it works in general. It doesn't mean there aren't variations. In general, you find a broker. Now, you think they're a mover, but they're a broker. They're not a mover. They arrange moves, or they purport to arrange moves. And they're in Florida. Every single ripoff we've had, every single one of them was a mover, a broker in Florida. They usually gather around the Miami area or the Orlando area, but if they're in Florida, 99.99999% chance you're going to get ripped off. Now, In fact, I need to call Florida authorities. I swear to God, Ron DeSantis seems like a guy that does. I mean, really, I wonder if he knew. And I wonder what his state attorney general, I'm not kidding, by the way. They're tough on this kind of crap. Maybe they would do something about it. I should maybe contact the office and say, hey, somebody's got to do something about this. It's not hurting Floridians, but it's hurting people all over the country. Okay, here's what happens. The broker wants to be paid any amount they can to get your move on board. So they'll give you whatever price that they think you'll go for. In this case, where we're talking to Mandisa, they said, oh, we can do that move for $3,300. Then you make payment. That money goes to the broker. That broker is out of it. That broker doesn't care at all what happens from there. Nothing. They don't care. So they sell that contract. They call up somebody and say, you want this contract? Or they have a number of ripoffs they call, or they get onto a website and they sell these contracts. So somebody said, I'll take this Mandisa's contract in Colorado for $3,300. I think I can make some money on it. Now, mind you, this is the person coming to you has not made any money. Their incentive now is to get you to pay more. So they always say, oh, this is way more than we thought. And because they're there, you have a tendency to want to pay it. So they'll try to get you for a little more money. Now, in some cases, the broker keeps the deposit. The mover or the guy that comes to get your stuff makes the other second payment, or they split both of them. Either way, it's just a game. Now, if Mandisa had said, okay, I'll pay a little more, I can't pay that, they would have come down. But then she would have been into it, let's say $3,300 deposit. Let's say they arrived at $2,000 for the extra money. She would have been into it for $53,000. Then that guy gives it to a transport company who moves it to where Mandisa wants to go, maybe. And they immediately put it into storage. And they tell the person that it weighed way more than they anticipated. And Mandisa, in order to get your stuff, even though it was originally billed at $33,000, and then we collected another $2,000 at $53,000, really to deliver this is going to be another $3,000. It was way more than we thought. So that'll bring her up to $83,000. And if she says no, they keep her stuff. And if she waits too long, it becomes more because of the storage. In 90% of the cases, it's cheaper to sell your stuff and buy new than to deal with these lying, cheating, scum, rip-off companies. So how do you protect yourself? I would say it's almost impossible if you don't know what you're doing. But I'll tell you what I do. I find a moving company associated with a national van line, but I verify their association with a call to the national van line. So I call a mover, like Johnson Moving and Storage. They've been in Denver 100 years. They're not on my referral list, by the way. I mean, because really, truly, I don't know why. Over the years they were, but local movers we have on there. But if you're moving cross-country, I don't have any cross-country movers. But you get a company like Grable or North America or Johnson. And these guys have their own trucks, their own storage facilities, their own buildings. They're not brokers. Never deal with a broker, ever. That's it. You deal with a national mover, with an agent in town with their own trucks that they own and employees that they have and a real brick and mortar building and real people. Mandisa did none of this because she didn't know. So Mandisa, you should have seen a red flag when you paid the $3,300 by check, but it's too late. Unless we can scare the hell out of them, That $3,300, they're never going to give back. Are you there, Mandisa?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes. What I want to know, dear, did you ever find a mover?
We did. We finally found one, and they're coming out tomorrow.
Well, I want to make sure, honest to God, and I'm not kidding. Who did you find?
Well, we went with a company that we've used 3 times now.
Good. Who was that?
It's Beacons.
Good, Mandisa.
Yeah, they're a little more expensive, which was what we were trying to avoid earlier. But now, we have to do what we have to do because we need to be out of here. And
I want to try to get this $3,300 back. Do you have a name? It's Trinity Relocation Group. Do you have a person's name there?
Yes, I do.
Okay, who did you talk to there?
His name was Neil Gross.
Neil Gross. How apropos.
Or Neil Gouch, I think. I have to pull his exact last name up.
Okay, pull it up. And does he have a phone number?
Doc called him on the break, and they answered the phone.
You called?
I called them and actually got, when I pressed the dial, I actually got a person who said, "This is customer service. How can I help you?"
Okay, but who are we asking for, Mandisa?
Well, okay, Alexis was the customer service manager who told me, I absolutely will not get my money back, and she guaranteed it. But she also
why did she say you will absolutely not get your money back?
She just told me that she will. I said I'm going to stop payment on that payment. I'm going to write the Better Business Bureau. I told her what I was going to do, and she said, "I guarantee you, we're not giving you your money back." And then when I called the second time, she told me to write to customer service, but she also answered the second time, which then kind of, was a red flag that it's probably not as big as I thought it was, because how is she the same person that's answering the phone?
Did Alexis give her last name?
No, she just said she was the customer service manager. But when I called the phone number, she answered twice. And then Neil Garso, he's not answering any of my calls.
And now, is it Gorso?
Yeah, Gerco.
Okay, Gerco.
Greco.
Greco?
Mm-hmm. And his first name is
That's
Neil.
Greco.
Yes.
Neil Greco. And Alexis, customer service.
Why don't you have Suze call them, Tom? Because they did answer the phone.
No, because you know what'll happen? Nothing. They won't come on. They won't talk to her. I'm going to call them. Hold on a sec here, Mandisa. We're just going to have to harass the hell out of them. Do you have the phone number?
I do. It's 888.
Yeah.
331-7690. That's customer service. And then Neil has a direct, I think, cell phone line that he gave me.
What's his number?
561-210-4139.
Okay. Well, we're going to do some harassing of our own because we're fighting fire with fire as far as I'm concerned. Hold on.
For over 150 years.
Not only are you not going to get your money back, we guarantee you're not going to get your money back.
To managing an entire workforce, from starting local to going.
Well, the contract probably says it's not refundable.
Generations as well.
For any reason and all that,
should take you from where you are to wherever you want to be. CIBC, ambitions made real. CIBC Bank USA, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
In any retirement plan, you need someone who's watching the store. Is something not performing? Should you move something around? Not just investments. What about insurance, long-term care? What about income, taxes, health care? Your legacy, all of that should be managed by someone who knows about retirement. Now, whether you're facing retirement soon or you are planning for it over a longer period of time, what you want is Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. These people take into consideration everything you're doing They make suggestions, movements, and products that will help you. They're fully transparent on what it costs and how they're making money and what they save you. They'll meet with you as many times as it takes for you to be comfortable with their services. And I'm using them. rpcenter.com. 970-663-3211. rpcenter.com. You know, some people are using a reverse loan to get some extra cash in retirement. Now, I'm not saying it's for everyone, but I will tell you this. Reverse loans are apropos for a lot of people with equity that want to live off the equity. You'll never be upside down in your home. You'll never owe more than it's worth, and almost always it appraises far beyond what you owe. I'd like you to talk to ApprovalReverse.com, Joan Sullivan and her team. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528.
You know, Marty texted me and said he's dealt with Trinity before.
With what?
With Trinity Moving.
He did?
And he said they threatened him. He said they're just for Geneva, whatever her name is. Mandisa. Her money's gone.
No, of course.
He said
they threatened him.
That's what Marty said. You know, I think he said something like what he always does to those guys. I want to come by and we'll grab a cup of coffee. But they said, nope, that's a threat. You know, don't come by.
There's nowhere to go by. Yeah.
No, I mean, because
But they're not
he,
movers, they're relocation services.
I know, because he said, I know where your building is. It's here, because he had a business down there for years. He said, yeah, you're just, he said, 30 minutes away from
What's done more to
Boca to
improve
West
overall health
Palm.
and wellness, modern medicine, or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter.
One of those you kind of live and learn.
The
She
first
was
line
so
of
smart to
defense
go back to
gets
Deacon.
bacteria and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose?
I just feel bad for her. I mean, they try to save $1 and it ends up costing them double.
Navage uses powered suction to pull
Anyway,
CO2 into your nose,
you know, the
very back of
cars,
your nose,
like
where
I said,
germs get trapped and multiply,
stuff that
and
other
then out
people
the other
really shouldn't
nostril,
be working
flushing
on,
out
and I'm not
mucus
sure
and
what they're doing,
microbes,
that
so
causes
you
more
can breathe
damage.
better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Check it out, a roadside carnival.
Step right up, folks. Test your strength. Come see the fire-breathing baby.
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you can pay for what you need.
Look, an email wearing sunglasses.
Dana, famous. Only pay for what you need.
We travel to see what's around the bend and what we're capable of. And now Capital One's new classic travel card can keep up with you. Introducing Venture X from Capital One, with 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy. Venture X, for those always asking, where next? Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. The wind is back for your Friday. We're talking temperatures today in the mid-60s, but those gusts getting up around 40, even near 50 miles per hour. So high fire danger once again across the Front Range. On Fox 31,
More wind.
meteorologist Kylie Burst. Hey, DQ fans. The new All-Star Summer Blizzard Treat lineup is here, with flavors like the Girl Scout Thin Mints, the new Oreo Dirt Pie, Caramel Fudge Cheesecake, Cotton Candy, and more. There's something for everybody. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and to take complaints and make your life a little easier. Okay, now, Let's talk. I love Garage Magic for their beautiful floors. When it comes to polyaspartic flooring, it's durable, it's tough, it's beautiful. GarageMagic.com. You won't go wrong with Garage Magic. A lifetime guarantee. And the number is 720-600-HOME. Let's talk now about this moving scam. I think we should call them and let them know what we think of them. We really should. I just think that's the way it is. I'm so tired of them. I'm hoping we can get through. By now, a lot of my listeners have already called.
Thanks for calling Trinity Relocation Group, your preferred long-distance moving company. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Our office is closed on Sundays. This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance and training purposes.
I'm hoping.
If you are calling us within business hours, you can enter the direct extension of the party you would like to reach. To receive your free moving estimate, please press 1 to be connected with the relocation expert. If you are an existing client calling regarding your move, please press 2 for customer service. For quality assurance, please press
Trinity, please hold.
I wonder if they know what's up. Did my listeners call already? Did they take down that number and call? Who knows? What do you think?
Tom, if you just Google them, the first 20 reviews are 1 star. Why would anybody call?
They're in the top 10, though. Huh? Mandisa, we're trying to get a hold of these people. I'm on hold right now. Scum-sucking pigs. I think that was Alexa. I'll ask her. Hold on a sec. Mandisa, was that Alexa? I mean, Alexis? Mandisa? Huh. I can't hear Mandisa. She might have hung up. I feel so sorry for her. Did that sound...
She said it was.
It was? Okay. Yeah, they're not answering. Okay, she said it was Alexis. So I have a feeling they put us on hold. They must know something's up. Let me try that. All right. Let me try the other guy. Oh, that didn't go through. Hold on. Sorry, peeps. Okay, 561 210 4139.
Hello?
Hello, Neil. This is Tom Martino. You're live on my radio show because we are featuring outstanding movers in the country today, and you are on the list of the top 10 movers. You were number 3 on the list. So, when we Googled your reviews, are you there, sir? Neil?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're on this list for the top 10 movers, but when we Googled your Google reviews, the first 10 were 1-star ratings of taking money and not following through on the move. So, we'd like to know how scumbags like you at Trinity Relocation Group and Alexis and all you other creeps manage to get your name on a list as the best movers?
Yes, sir.
And why can't you give Mandisa back her $3,300? She paid for absolutely nothing.
One moment, sir.
Thank you. One moment. I'm here. I'm here.
You might be taken aback, Tom.
I don't know. So, we have to, 303-713-TALK is our number. Guys, what I'd like you to do is bombard this SOLMF, whatever you want to call him, just bombard him. Here's his number. And I want you to tell him that he is a lying thief, because in my opinion, that's what he is. 561-210-4139. 561-210-4139. Then I'd also like you to call their main number, 888-331-7690. More coming up. Who's the break today? What's the break now, bro? He didn't give me the break. I just took a break. Nothing's playing, man.
KHOW Denver, 630.
Who are the spots?
Radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for the Untitled. All in one.
I didn't hear that. And
Sponsored by Dairy Queen. Very windy conditions, especially on the west side of town.
I know.
You know what? It irritates me.
It does. Yeah, it makes it just, yeah.
Wind cold hot. I find people in bad moods when it's windy.
Yes.
And playing golf in the wind is
It's horrible. It's not even worth it.
It is horrible.
It's not even worth it. Golf is frustrating.
What you have to do is you out there and practice, but you only play the holes where the wind is behind you. If you have a practice round, that's the way to do it. Just go out there and play the holes with the wind behind you. It's great.
Right. You drive a sail.
Tell our YouTubers to call those numbers. Tell them.
Oh, they're loving this. They are.
Well, good. Have them call.
Have their friends call.
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan, 303-867-7000. What makes a loan ideal? Options. The first one, the interest rate guarantee. I don't know anybody who has that. If rates go down even by just 0.75%, Ideal will refinance you free of charge. And that's a 2-year guarantee every time you close. You're virtually always guaranteed. In addition to the interest rate guarantee, they have credit optimization. If you are approved, that's good enough for some lenders. But for Ideal, they still look at your credit to see if they can do even better, to get you even better pricing. You may not know that, but your credit tier determines pricing and closing costs and all that. So if they can have you pay down a credit card by a few bucks or correct an address in your residency over the last few years, that can improve your score. Little things. And they can also do a pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. So when you're out shopping, you don't have to worry about whether or not you qualify. You've already closed, actually, and have that money set aside just waiting for an appraisal. Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000.
Yeah, one guy says, yeah, I called customer service and told them they're a POS scumbag.
Good, 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 good. God damn it, God!
anything about the pressures of running your business, managing remote workforces, keeping up with changing regulations and HR compliance, hiring and retaining top talent, handling payroll, the list just goes on and on. Well, there's a limit to what you can do to keep your employees
It's really interesting that,
business smoothly. Fortunately, there's a therapy.
turn that over for a second.
Years of HR experience. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, it's HR that makes the difference.
Are you still not refinance your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking
I
yourself
think
in
it's
the head.
okay if you do the spots, but you shouldn't personalize it if you're not going to.
Unless it's true, like I do. I actually do use my people.
No, but I'm saying you can't say you use Troy Hansford, and then say you should say, without personalizing it, it's okay, it's just a spot, just a commercial that you're reading.
We can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to $1,000.
How much longer do we have on this break?
This amazing 3 1/4 rate
Minute or two?
won't last long.
CNN is on such a kick to make Biden look good. Gas prices ticking up as oil companies report massive profits. See, it's their fault.
Yes.
425-3669. 844-425-3669.
But every year, every election year, big business, big oil pay their fair share.
I mean, how long can CNN survive with no viewers?
They have enough to barely survive. There's a block of people.
I have a million. That's not a lot. I don't even. That's less than a fucking app. That's less than a YouTube follower. I mean, a YouTuber.
And feel the same way because I see the feedback. I hear about it. I met with the owners and they share some interesting info on the latest batch.
Well, didn't CNN Plus go out of business after like 2 weeks?
That's basically a free extra.
Yeah, they had 50 sign-ups or something.
No, they had 10,000 viewing at the most.
Which is nothing.
Use promo code KOA /
They had more than that sign up, but they only had 10,000 actually view.
Promo code Dave for 30% off your next order. The more and more I learn about CBD, the more thankful I become for this relationship with Blue Sky CBD.
When CNN is bad, why would anyone want CNN Plus? I'd want CNN minus. Less
In the
CNN.
month of April, you get free shipping on all orders. For more information, go to bluesky-cbd.com. Blue Sky CBD.
630 KL, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Don't forget to get your insurance checkup. It is urgent. You need to make sure you're not underinsured. 90% of the people in the Marshall Fire cannot rebuild. They were underinsured. Compass Insurance Group, a free insurance checkup, not just for underinsurance, but to see if you're paying too much for coverage. It's an unbiased, independent look. I promise you that. TheInsuranceHelpCenter.com, 303-996-9000. Greg has a reverse mortgage issue. What's going on, Greg? What's happening?
Yeah, I applied for a reverse mortgage back in January, and it's just kind of a long story. I'm just going to hit on the high points that I would like some advice on what I should do.
When did you do this?
Well, it was back in January.
I meant to ask, who did you use?
The mortgage doctor.
The mortgage doctor. I never heard of him. Okay.
He does a paid advertisement on the weekends, Tom.
Okay. The mortgage doctor. Got it. Go ahead. What's happening?
And you know, this guy, I've listened to him on the radio for over a year. What he says is the reverse mortgage is the way to go for somebody who's in their retirement. My situation.
Not all the time, by the way, but it could be. So what else?
Like I said, one of the things is I have a daughter with a disability, and then my wife is in a wheelchair. So that extra money that I would be getting was something I was planning on building
Greg,
in this extra room we have.
How old are you?
69.
Okay. And you're 69. How old's your wife?
69.
Okay.
Same age as you.
60. I'm 68. Bray, don't you age
Oh,
me.
I'm 68. I'm sorry.
Don't. Okay. So anyway, 68. So I want to know, what is your house worth?
It was appraised at $785,000.
Were you going to get a jumbo?
I don't know much about them.
Well, okay, they're very special animals, but let's just take the home values was did you say 800, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So what is your mortgage that you have on it, if any?
Yeah, yes, it's about 470.
Okay.
No, 440,000.
You're not going to get much. You're not going to get much. No.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, if any, I don't think you will. Because 50% is the upper limit for your age.
Right.
And that's stretching it. I mean, it's the upper limit, and 800. Well, anyway, tell me some more then. So you were thinking of getting how much?
Well, what it'd be is, you don't make a payment.
No, I know exactly how they work, but what did this guy promise you? He must have told you you're not a good candidate.
Well, we started out as a good faith estimate of 3.1%, and then we went clear up to where we'd have to. Well, what happens? The interest rates started going up, and that's what killed me. Because after we got the appraisal on the house, if I brought $40,000 to the closing, we could get through this and get it done.
Well, why would you even bother, Greg? Let me ask you something. What was the appraisal? What was the actual appraisal?
The actual appraisal for my house was $785,000.
Okay, now what I don't understand is this: you don't bring cash to a reverse loan. The whole idea is not to bring cash to a reverse loan. I hope to God you didn't go through with this.
Well, I was close. I got all the way up to the April 1st and quit.
Oh, hold on. You didn't pay this guy any money. Hold on. Greg, did you pay this guy any money?
No, he didn't take any money.
Good. Now, and what was, wait, I'm just curious. You have a mortgage, you have a value of $785. You have a mortgage of $400. By my calculation, you get nothing in a reverse loan except maybe you can pay it off. Maybe. What did he say you'd be? So what he was saying is if you bring $40,000 to closing, it'll pay off your loan.
No, it would bring it up to that 50%, pretty close to that 50%.
Well, okay, hold on. Then what? You don't get an extra dime, not one dime. It just pays off your first. You understand that, right?
Yeah, but then you don't have to make a payment until you're
right.
99 years old.
Well, you don't have to make a payment in essence at all. I don't even know what 99 means. Greg, here's the bottom line. If your goal was to simply pay off the mortgage, okay, I understand that. You bring $40,000 in, and that helps you get to 50% plus the cost of the loan. So you walk away from this closing with no monthly mortgage payment. I get it. However, I wouldn't do it. But if it's the only way that you can live and you can't make that monthly payment, then go ahead. But another way is to sell your house, take the tax-free money, and buy something maybe more affordable.
Yeah.
So, why did you decide not to go through this?
Well, because at the very end of all this, it's a long story. At the very end of it, I could have gotten this done for a reverse mortgage, but they wanted to put me in an ARM, and it was a
they're always all reverse loans are ARMs. All of them are.
He said that the interest rate would change every 30 days.
Well, I don't know if it changes every 30, but it changes, and that's all reverse loans. However, in most cases, when people get cash and pay off their first, the ARM is artificial to them because it doesn't matter how much it accrues. They want to stay in their home, and they can never be upside down. But this is not unique to this loan. If you did not know, yes, it's a variable rate. all the time, every reverse loan.
Okay. Well, here's where it all came down to. We were at the point of closing. We would have closed at 3.18. And about March 23rd, or March 16th, March 23rd, Steve sent me a email saying that fixed rates had gone through the roof in the last 2 weeks, looking for other options. Well, we were led to believe that actually another letter he had sent back in March 1st said rate is now locked and will not change. Well, then over here he goes with March 23rd, fixed rates through the roof. March 24th, we wrote a letter back,
Greg,
an email back.
Greg, let me cut through this, man, because you're making it way too complicated. I just want to tell you like it is. You were never going to get a fixed rate ever, okay? I don't care what he said. You were never going to get a fixed rate. It was always going to be variable. I'm glad you got out of it. What is the issue today we can help you with?
Well, what he said is glad rate, or we sent back an email to him that said glad rate is locked. We were ready to close. The next day, he sent us back a email that said, crap, I really screwed up when I told you the rate was locked. I know better. I will do whatever I can to compensate for my mistake.
What do you want?
I'd like to have the reverse rate, but he didn't.
You're not going to get 3.1 because rates aren't at 3.1 anymore. You're not going to get it.
No, I know. We were at the time it was at
Greg, do you understand? Do you understand? Even if you closed at 3.1, the next month it would have gone up again. Do you understand that?
If it was a arm.
Greg, you seem to have this one-way way of conversing. You're not listening. There is no such thing as a fixed rate reversible loan. So you would have, or reverse loan, you would have never had a fixed rate. Never.
Okay.
Okay, so what? I mean, in other words, you're asking me to help restore something that was never going to be in the first place. And even if you closed at 2%, 3%, 4%, doesn't matter. It will adjust to the market. That's what reverse loans do. That's what they do. So are you complaining because they were a variable rate?
No, I'm just complaining that he said it was the loan was locked.
Okay, he meant probably locked for closing and locked for the initial closing. But did he ever utter the words to you that you had a 30-year fixed rate loan?
No, I understood that it wasn't a 30-year fixed loan. But as it amortized out, by the time you were 90 years old or 99 years old, the house going up in price would go over the top of whatever.
Greg, most of the time it does. But it does. Why do you say 99? What does 99 have to do with it?
That's what they use, the FHA uses for a figure for.
That's what they use for figuring the loan. But if you lived beyond that, they would not kick you out. Here's the point is the house will almost always appreciate for more, almost always. And the bottom line is, it is what it is. You didn't get it. You chose not to. And okay, that's fine. It's too bad he couldn't get it closed before the rates went up. But even if he did, do you understand it would only have helped you for a month? I don't get why you're so focused on that 3.1. You said that you knew it wasn't a locked. You said you knew it wasn't a fixed mortgage. You knew it wasn't.
At the beginning. But then he wrote the letter back that it was locked. So
and when he said locked, Greg, did you believe him to mean locked for 30 years?
No, locked for the loan closing.
Okay. What difference if you're not making? Hold on. If you're not making payments ever. What difference does it make to you if it was 3.1% at closing and then it would have gone up in 30 days, or if it started out at 3.2% whatever. I mean, what difference does it make? Or 4%. What difference does it make to you if you were going to stay in the house forever and you're not going to, what difference? Tell me what difference it made.
$40,000.
How did it make a $40,000 difference?
Because I went from getting $12,000 at closing.
Oh,
I would have walked away with $12,000.
Okay, in other words, instead of extracting some equity, you had to now pay in equity or money. I get you. Okay, at least now I understand you, Greg. I didn't know that was the problem. I didn't know that was the problem because from my eyes, you were never going to get cash out of that. But if that guy said you would have gotten 12 and now you're not going to get 12, in fact, you have to pay 40. I don't know how he understands. And here's how I don't understand that. Because it's not predicated on what the interest rate is. It's predicated on what the home value is. So somehow, somewhere, you got wrong information. And what I suggest you do is you go to empowerreverse.com or silverleafmortgage.com or approvalreverse.com. Might be 68, but shit, he doesn't fucking communicate like it.
Yeah.
So this guy Steve Haney has an infomercial every weekend on KOA or KHAL. I don't know which one. I think it's on KHAL on Saturday mornings.
He's upset that instead of getting money,
he has to pay money.
But he never fucking mentioned that. He
No,
said, I have to bring 40.
Yeah. He kept going 99 years, and 3.1.
Yeah.
But you see,
but the interest rate shouldn't affect.
No, it shouldn't. All that affects is what percentage of your principal do you get.
Well, it's only a 99-year contract. You know, if you're a Scientologist.
No, it's 30 years. 69 to 99. That's all he's doing.
If you're a Scientologist, you have to sign a billion-year contract. Seriously.
No, yes.
When you join
The
Scientology,
afterlife and everything else.
you sign a billion-year contract.
One investment strategy is called Become the Banker. It's really a strategy more than a product. The product is just simple investment-grade life insurance, but you don't purchase a lot of life insurance. It's just enough to make the overfunding of that life insurance legal. Because when you overfund, you pay more than the premium. The extra money goes into an account that grows tax-free. And at Become the Banker, they teach you how to manipulate those funds to borrow them back, pay them back with interest, and do that through your life to have a retirement fund. BecomeTheBanker.org for more information. Oh, God. Grainberry, lavage. What else?
Those are the two leading culprits.
Lavage. Or lavage. I don't even know what it is.
And more than 6 times the amount of antioxidants found in blueberries. Great tasting grainberries with amazing on its sorting, starts with lower sugar than other cereals, and uses only whole grains to help slow sugar absorption, which helps manage diabetes and prediabetes. Our goal was to create.
So did you hear what Leland was ranting about yesterday?
I think I did, but I can't remember.
About Polis being named the most libertarian governor?
I didn't hear that part.
That's what he was ranting about.
He's not libertarian.
Who?
Polis.
No, but on Reason Magazine, which is a libertarian magazine, he was voted the most libertarian governor in the country.
Really?
That's what
Liberal or libertarian?
What? Libertarian.
But libertarian he's anything but libertarian.
That's what Leland was raving about.
I mean, it's like DeSantis would be more libertarian.
No, DeSantis is a diehard conservative.
Yeah, but libertarian is more in view with conservative than it is liberal.
Smaller government.
Depends.
Yeah, they mean zero government intervention in our lives.
Right, but he may be pro-life. He may be pro-life, not pro-choice, which is a definite conservative, not libertarian.
That's right. Libertarian says government hands off.
He may be anti-gay marriage. I don't know. So those who put him more in the conservative I mean, the libertarians. I don't know what his stance is.
Libertarians a mix of just don't.
Libertarians are for small government, non-government intervention, and stay out of my private life.
Right.
And small government, and basically, if I'm not hurting you, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you're right.
Not only reduce my tinnitus, but have improved my hearing dramatically. If you're struggling with tinnitus, hearing loss, dizziness, or balancing issues, do exactly what I did and go visit my right ear care.
You got about 3 cars advertised here.
No, I don't. I have no cars advertised. Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't know how my name got all over cars.com for cars I don't even have on sale. I had one listed for a little while. Do you know I got my new car?
Oh, you did? You like it?
I got an X7 M50.
That M50 is a big deal.
It is a piece of work.
600 horsepower. The new one's going to be 750.
That's crazy.
But this one, it has
Is it compared to the G at all, or not really? It's different.
Way better. You see, the G was a status car for some reason, but I've had two. And I didn't buy them for that. I bought them because I just liked the rugged look and feel. I just liked it. But now I wanted something more luxurious, more technology, more comfort. And this fucking thing is just unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen technology like this. Like it has sensors for your hands. So, it's touchscreen if you want it to be, or it's got the selector, the OK, like a manual. But you can also gesture, and it reads your gestures. So if I want to switch radio stations, I do that. It goes up, it goes down. If I want to raise the volume, I do that. If I want to turn it down, that's all I do. I'm driving, I go like this, it goes up. If I want to mute, I do that. 2 fingers. If I do that, it brings up a menu, and I can gesture. I never have to touch anything, and I can talk to it too. Most of the time, I just talk to it. You give it a nickname and a wait word, and then you talk to it. I just
like
never.
Alexa?
Yeah,
like
I gave
Alexa?
mine. Yeah,
It's like Alexa.
Yep, that's exactly right. You can make it whatever you want, and then I made it a name, and then you just tell it what it understands. Fucking, I mean, I haven't come across something it does. I'll just say, take me home.
Does it talk to you, Tom?
Huh?
Does it talk like Alexa does?
If you want it, it talks back, yes, feedback. Or if you take your hand off the wheel.
So you have a choice of voices?
Because it has level 2 driving.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, shit. I mean, it's hard to. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Fast. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. So Greg, he was upset. Now I understand. He said they didn't close fast enough, so the gap closed, and he had to bring money to closing instead of getting money out. But I never knew that a reverse loan is predicated on the rate. I thought a reverse loan and how much you can take in your loan, I thought it was based on the percentage of appraisal. So I don't know why the interest rate played into it. Maybe that is in it. But no matter what, it's not locked. But he's upset. I understand why. Yvonne, you have a comment on this. What is it?
Yeah, I have my license. I'm not a practicing mortgage broker originator, but when in the past when I did it, if he sent him an email saying, "I'm so sorry, I didn't, I forgot to lock," or whatever happened, he was sorry because he was under the assumption that he was under a 30 day, 45, whatever lock he was. Yeah. And so if that's not the case, I've had that before where I forgot. I've gotten so busy, I forgot to lock. Well, I ate it. And I took it out of my income, basically.
Do you think that would go for a reverse loan too?
I'm not sure because I didn't do a lot of reverse loans, and they.
You know what? I'm going to ask one of our lenders, Yvonne. Thank you. Can you keep? Thank you very much, Yvonne. Keep Greg on there. Maybe we should ask our lender what's going on. Oh, just pick one of them. It doesn't matter which one. Let's get a reverse lender on here to talk about that. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Stick around for more.
Don't be caught without
to inflated prices. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, recommending Fix It 24/7 for their amazing $24 special for deep cleaning, adjustment, and
So maybe there is something there. Maybe if you 10 lock it.
This is for new customers this month only. Experience the 24/7 difference. The people I have in mind. FastMyHome.com 720-526-3939.
Hi there, from Barry Miller, host of the Greatest Golf Course program Saturday mornings, 9 a.m.
Did you watch the NFL draft last night?
Some.
You know what amazes me? I didn't watch it, I was playing poker at the time, but the TV was on. And when they pulled back, the crowds there was unbelievable. That many people would be somewhere that they just watch on TV.
I don't know, but it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, anything in Vegas, you go there for that and this, and this.
But did you see
it's not like you fly to Ohio and then,
Did you see the number of people who were there?
Yeah.
It's astounding.
Call Mark Major.
But it's close enough to California and a lot of other.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a bad drive. And you go for the weekend.
Right.
The draft is, Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of a thing. And it's going again today.
Right, you go gamble the rest of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Call Mark Major.
When I said we are no longer in that fulminant acute phase, that does not mean
You get to see the new stadium.
by no means.
That's true.
We still are experiencing.
It's not.
We're today another member of the Vikings.
There's some diehard fans.
They're
they don't
crazy.
care. They don't care. They paint their face to stand out in the sun in Vegas,
Yeah. And I mean, the fans each team had these fans going nuts with people dressed
I
up in
expanded the
costumes
screen
and
just to make
screaming
sure.
and
Yep.
going crazy when they made the
I
draft
wasn't
choice
missing something.
that you knew they were going to make.
Or you hope that they would make or
Oh,
something.
wait a minute.
I don't think there were any surprises. I didn't read about
Just some of the
We're on
trades.
Studio Mike.
the trade, yeah.
This is ABC News.
Oh, I
Lawmakers in
know.
Oklahoma have passed an abortion bill similar to the one in Texas.
Okay.
The bill prohibits abortion after about 6 weeks of pregnancy. The governor is expected to sign the bill.
Well, that's why I wanted to kind of test it today. Unfortunately,
Because a lot of us read New England's choice for their offensive
But
guard.
there
They
is-
could have probably got the second or third round. They didn't need to
Take them out.
take him in the first. Yeah.
Stop the music.
Well, it's interesting that it was all these linemen that were taken. There were no quarterbacks, no running
Well,
backs.
there are no quarterbacks in this draft. That's why everybody was crying about the Broncos trading that first, to get an established quarterback.
Which is a great move.
Yeah, because there are none this year.
Right.
The wide receiver.
I think the Broncos are going to have a good run this year.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, they've got two good running backs from last year.
Oh, no, they got a good offense, good defense. I don't know about the coaching staff yet, but and it's some luck, injuries.
Oh, absolutely.
You just.
Right, Russell Wilson goes out the first game.
I won't. Bye.
But that's any team.
Right.
That's any team. You lose your starter.
You lose starting quarterback, you're fucked.
Yeah.
We're here for you and all who want to get it done. With 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by.
I get emails. I got an email from Guy Knox in New York.
See, this is what it is to be the host. When I go to get a drink, I always ask anybody else wants.
Oh, God.
Tom,
I didn't go in to get a drink from here. I went to the bathroom. And then on the way back, I thought about it.
did he ask you if you wanted anything, Kev?
He did, yeah. He just missed you.
Oh, okay. As long as it's personal, it's
I bought
fine.
pizza. I bought
Oh,
pizza
you
that's
did?
coming. Yeah.
You said you get phone calls. In high school, we used to torment people. In New York, there was a magazine come out, or a paper, every week called Bylines. And if we got pissed at somebody, we put like a screaming deal in their phone.
Oh, that's great.
Call a butcher shop. Do you sell pickled pig's feet?
No, you get calls all weekend. Because you get like a Corvette for sale for half price or something.
Right.
Because a very active newspaper for buying and selling.
Summer for travel. AAA Colorado Skyler McKinley says the highways will be busy.
And that guy can't work here. He's
You guys,
wearing a
pizza's
tie.
here.
Okay.
remember the price of gas is going to be expensive, the price of jet fuel is going to be expensive too.
Okay, Mark.
Seems to be a cheaper alternative.
What's Mark fixing?
No, he wants to broadcast from the RV.
So you're doing a test?
Yeah. And he's asking if I saw the stream.
This report is sponsored by Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply.
Two right lanes closed along eastbound I-70 with a wreck at 225, slowing traffic all the way back to I-270. Now, you're not really going to see any improvement until you get eastbound past I-225. And some curiosity flowing down those westbound lanes at 225 as well.
I think what he wants to do is walk around his RV.
Fox 31 pinpoint weather, afternoon gusty winds up to 50 miles an hour possible. And for the weekend, mostly sunny skies. Saturday,
There it is.
67. For Sunday, a high of 70 with a chance of some rain showers moving in Sunday night into Monday. Currently at 63. With your impact, traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630, hey how.
A great garden depends on you for TLC and great products. Whether it's reliable tools, equipment, workwear to work the garden beds, quality soil, fertilizer, or supplements to treat them, Murdoch's has it. Visit Murdoch's today or check out Murdoch's.com.
When interest rates rise, credit card debt gets way more expensive, and it can be difficult to get out of debt. Make sure you're doing what you can to pay it off faster. Hey, Michael Brown for American Financing, reminding you that a cash-out refinance is a strategic way to lower your rate and excess cash. You'll be able to spend less on interest, pay your balance off faster, and potentially save up to $1,000 a month. That's right,
right there.
And don't forget, when you work with American Financing, you're going to get a free mortgage review before you start, so you can understand your options without having to pay any upfront or hidden fees. And if you like what you hear, they'll design a custom loan program around your goals, and they help you skip through payments.
So what are you waiting for? Pre-qualify for free by calling 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Reach out to Tom Martino and let your voice be heard. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app. While streaming KHOW and the full screen player, just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now. $1,000 in your hand. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Grand. That's grand. Enter it now at khow.com.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help come and make it.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. I love CBD that works. RealCBDThatWorks.com. That's Panacea Life Sciences. You know, I say RealCBDThatWorks.com so people don't always connect it with Panacea Life Sciences, but that's what it is. You might see them at the airport or in malls at a kiosk. It's worth getting. The gel caps are the most effective for daily use. Take down inflammation, pain, anxiety. Also, they have chewables and a cosmetic line with anti-inflammatory properties. Put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. RealCBDThatWorks.com. So I got Mark Massey on from Empower Reverse Mortgage just for some general information. I'm a little confused, but I think Greg has a legit complaint with a lender. He was applying for a loan and came across a situation. I guess I just have some basic questions. Mark Massey, thanks for being here. Mark, a quick question. On reverse loans, do you lock them in for closing? Like if somebody applies, can you lock in a rate? Okay, but if you make an application, you can lock in a rate. So let's say you lock in a rate. let's say 3.5%. Right after the application, right after you lock it in, rates go up. So are you saying if you close in a few weeks, you can still give them that lower rate? What do you mean? What do you mean you don't? What do you mean it doesn't lock until you close? Because it's a variable rate anyway, right?
That's right. But basically, your rate, your margin is not going to change when you go through. But it will change depending on if that index changes, right? So most of the ones that you have.
So how often can a reverse loan rate change? Monthly?
So that's where the catch is, Tom. So you can have either a monthly one or you can have an annual one. So depending on the product that it could be a monthly adjustment or it could be an annual adjustment. Okay. Now, I want to ask another thing that happened to Greg, and Greg's here. Thanks, Greg, for your patience. One thing that Greg mentioned that I did not realize it would affect him. But he said he had a house, let's just say rough numbers, okay? His house was $800, and he wanted to borrow $400 because that's what his loan was. He wanted to pay off his loan, okay? Right. Now, when they did the numbers initially, it came out that he was going to get about $12,000 back, okay? Now, then the rate went up a little. And as a result, he could not pull any cash out, but in fact had to bring cash with him. Now, does the rate affect the loan to value you can borrow? It does. It does. When they do the calculations, it is as rates have gone up, and especially with your FHA programs and some of the other standard programs, you're not getting quite the number that you used to get on a percentage basis on where you were. So as rates were lower, you used to be able to get more, a higher percentage rate.
All right. Now I understand. Now I understand why Greg was upset. I kept saying, Greg, what difference does it make? You know, but it does make a difference, meaning that if that lender was remiss or delayed, it could be that less money went in Greg's pocket because the rate went up.
That's correct.
Now, the question is this. Go ahead.
There are products out there, though, that we are seeing that are back to where you would be norm that you do it. So you have some product variability out there that is changing the scene a little bit. And if you get to the better products, then you hit that higher percentages on what you get on the appraised value of your home.
Now, Mark, I would like you to talk to Greg off the air for two reasons. One, I'd like you to tell him the truth about rate and about what he can get. And two, I want to know if this lender did anything wrong by telling him it was locked and then telling him I was mistaken, it's not locked. To me, that sounds like a breach of some kind of duty there.
Well, exactly. I mean, and that's kind of where you have the regulatory agencies where you could file a complaint if you needed to do so.
Well, okay, I appreciate you being here. Empower Reverse is the name of the company, Greg. He'll be calling you with your permission just to go over it.
Yes, that would be great.
Good.
And one of the things that he did say that he would do anything or compensate to make the loan back because of his mistake. But then at the end, it didn't work out that way.
Well, he better do something if he did something wrong. Let's just see. Empower Reverse, that was Mark Massey. His number is 720-500-7719. Thank you, Mark, for being here. Hey, Joe, what's going on? It's car day. We haven't talked much about cars, but Kevin Calkins here from Sheridan Auto Tech. What's going on?
Hey, my father-in-law passed away. He's got a couple of vehicles, and I cannot find the titles. What do I do?
Well, let me ask you something. What kind of cars?
Oh, it's like a 2012 Trailblazer and a 88 Chevy Silverado.
My God. Are they in good shape?
Very good.
Okay, what do you do, Kevin? I think you can just go for lost title, right?
Well, I would say if he has power of attorney, he can apply for a duplicate title. Be a lot easier than trying to get a new title.
Well, hold on. That's the same as a lost title, no?
Well, yes.
A duplicate title is for what reason?
Duplicate. Okay, I see what you're saying. Lost title. Duplicate.
I mean, maybe that's what it's called, duplicate title.
Exactly.
In other words, you just tell them you need another title.
Yeah.
You know, now they just print them right out at DMV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you have anything? No. Do you have anything to show though that you're the personal representative?
Yes. Yep. And then I've got his registration and insurance and everything.
You got to take. Hold on. You got to take the registration, the death certificate, something appointing you personal representative. If you don't have probate, the death certificate should be enough. You or a will with the death certificate, and then you go to motor vehicle. And you take with you that information and then ask for duplicate titles.
Perfect.
Yeah, but make sure, hold on, they're going to hold you to the authority part. Do you have the same name as your dad?
No, it's my father-in-law, and I'm doing this on behalf of my wife, who is his power of attorney.
Okay, good. Then your wife's going to have to go there.
Yep.
Okay, good. But that'll be easy. If she has the power and all that, the death certificate, they even print out. I see, Kevin, they used to mail them to you. Now they print out titles right there.
It's kind of hit and miss, but yeah, the last one I got, they printed it.
It's pretty scary that they can do that. I mean, think of the fraud that could happen. I mean, really.
It's nice when you want it. But.
Anyway, 303-713-8255. I want to tell you about Frank Duran, the real estate man, who will do free market valuations of your home for the asking. A market analysis is very important. It's more than an appraisal. It'll tell you what it will sell for, and he'll do it complimentary with no obligation to list. But if you do, you won't find anyone better. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Hey, folks. If you have hard water buildup on your faucets and fixtures or rust stains clouding up your bathtub, you want a water treatment company you can trust. Call the professionals at Water Pros. These guys are veteran and family-owned and are dedicated to providing affordable solutions to your water problem needs. You can get water softeners starting at $2,195 installed at waterpros.net. Visit waterpros.net and sign up for a free consultation today.
FixMyHome.com. That's Fix It 24/7 for a complete refurbishment of your air conditioner. Now, when I say that, they get the dirt out, and that's the number one killer of ACs. They also go into the condenser and the fins, and they comb them out, and they lubricate and adjust, and they make sure that your AC is running in top condition. That's what I love about their Extreme Clean and Check for just it's $39. They had that special the other day. It's $39, but still, that is an incredible deal. And you can make sure your AC will not crap out. 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com. If you're looking for gold, silver, or platinum in those old drawers of your home or closets, and you want to get cash for it, go to David Ellis.
Testing. Testing. I think this is working, guys. I'm not sure. I can't see the feed. I'm hoping Scott didn't screw it up. I'm testing for the trip. We're almost there. I'm seeing if I lose bandwidth. There's my mutts. Look how fat that one got. We're trying to put her on a diet on this trip. There's what we're taking. I'll give you a quick tour. Scott, I hope you got the audio. It's the Quick Tour. It's pretty cool. Everything's touchscreen. These come out big time. These come out about 3 feet. This comes out into a big L shape and a recliner. It's got a dishwasher, washer, dryer. It's got 2 bathrooms, one back there, one in here. It's got a TV. You hit a button and the TV pops up right between those 2 speakers there. It's pretty cool. So hopefully this worked. Watch this. Nico, go place. Nico, go place. Sit. He's really well trained. This one here, forget about it. I can point anywhere and he'll go sit. Come on, Nick. This has got a full slide on this side. I don't know if you can see it, but that full wall comes out. And then 2 on this side. And here's our homestead. When I say I live in the woods, as you can see, I'm not kidding. Anyhow, I'm cutting out. I hope this freaking worked.
Some areas is there escape that she wants to change around now. Scrape up all the gravel, move this, move that, move this. It's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, what I ended up doing a lot was weeding. Because I lived in a pretty good sized house over here. And we had some big gardens. So Saturday morning I put my headphones on and listened to the home fix-up show or whatever. And then when I filled up like 2 or 3 trash cans full of weeds, I mean, I would spray and all that stuff. Then I said, okay, I'm done. Yeah. Next Saturday.
That's why God invented landscape people.
Well, I've had people like that come out to the house. And, okay.
So never mind.
But
growing up on Long Island, we worked on
Did you have any pizza, Mark and I were trying to make sure, but now we're back to normal.
Well, there's pizza in there.
My son hired Mr. Green Jeans to do his landscaping. So
good choice.
Good people, man.
That's what I've heard.
He does ours.
All right, once we go back to live here, I'll go get my pizza.
Safety runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The 2022 Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Listen to us on your radio, on your desktop, and on your smart device. Denver's Talk Station is available everywhere, in your car, at work, and wherever.
There was some guy who used to be on the radio doing one of these financial shows, and he would explain exactly what an annuity is, how it works, but it never.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Welcome to the only show anywhere that will solve your problems like this. Jason, what's new, Jason? How can we help you? Jason?
Good afternoon, Tom. Thank you so much for taking the call.
So what's going on?
So I've got a situation with Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado, where I purchased for my primary home almost $100,000 worth of product, and Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado will not honor product warranty.
No, wait a minute. This is Pella of Northern Colorado?
No, Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado.
Oh, okay. They're a pretty good company. So what? I don't understand.
Yeah, fantastic reputation.
Yeah, I mean, tell me what the circumstances are. When did you buy them?
You bet. So I purchased these in 2019. They were installed in 2019, and we had a fairly complicated scenario to follow where we had some, expressed customer dissatisfaction.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Express customer. Tell me what you're talking about.
Yeah, you bet. So we expressed concerns regarding the product quality for the product that we received. When Pella originally delivered the product, they would not deliver it until we had paid in full. And once we had paid in full, we had expressed concerns regarding defects with respect to the product that was delivered. Once they had our money, they would not provide any support for us whatsoever. And to date, all the way to 2019.
In 2019, you bought Pella Windows and Doors directly from Pella?
Correct.
Did they install them?
They used their installer, which I didn't realize at the time was a significant distinction, meaning that their installer was not a Pella installer, but it was their preferred installer.
Okay, well, who hired that installer?
They directed me to that individual.
So you hired that installer. Okay.
Correct.
Correct. Jason, so what happened back in 19 that was wrong with the windows right off the bat? What was wrong with them?
We noticed blemishes in some of the interior finish. These were Pella Architect series, and we noticed blemishes to include cracked jams and jam extensions.
And what did they do?
They refused to do anything.
So wait a minute. So you bought these windows, and they said, tough, these cracked jams and these problems are part of it.
Yes, sir. They said that was acceptable product for them, and there were even dents on the outside of the windows. And ultimately, I had to retain counsel. I retained counsel. Counsel and Pella came out to our property to inspect. They documented the defects. Pella promised to address them. Pella of Colorado promised to address them, and they did not. It's been a year since the inspection, and I have Pella Architect series.
So you're still calling on the original. You're still calling on the original problems.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
How much did you spend on the product, not the installation?
Approximately $90,000.
Holy crap!
So
how much for the installation?
A little over $20,000.
So you're talking about $110,000.
Yes, sir. What I'm told by counsel, and Pella is very much aware of this, is that it will cost me $50,000 to $75,000 to take Pella to court.
No, for absolutely sure it will. Absolutely sure it will. Yep. Huh.
So,
let me ask you something, man. Listen, you sound like, I know you're not stupid, and I don't want you to sugarcoat this one way or the other, and I'm not asking you if you agree or not. But certainly if I call them, what will they say? They're not going to say, oh, yeah, we know they're defective and tough. That's just the way it is. We know they're not going to say that. So what will they say?
They will say that I've called in repeatedly and expressed concerns so that they won't, meaning they're going to say that I've yelled at them and that they won't come out here anymore because I've yelled at them.
Will they say that you were abusive?
I would definitely expect them. And
did your attorney secure an agreement? Did your attorney secure an agreement with them?
They offered a dissatisfactory, from our perspective, settlement. That settlement was that they wanted to give us $3,000 in cash and that I could never ask for service from them again.
Okay, and you never accepted that?
No, sir, I did not.
But at no time did they ever agree to fix the windows?
Oh, they absolutely agreed. Yeah, they absolutely agreed, and they promised that they would replace it, and they promised that they would effect the necessary repairs. Ultimately, what they offered were promises and no action, and that's why we're on the phone right now.
But will they say the reason they never came through is because you were yelling at them, or they don't want to deal with you?
I think it's because, I think that they'll say that because they don't want to deal with me. Absolutely.
Were you unreasonable?
No, sir.
Were you upset?
Absolutely.
If I looked at your house right now, would I say, "Oh my God, these windows are terrible"?
Nope. From a 100-yard view perspective, everything is great. However, I can point to you bubbles inside my window panes that are patently obvious, both in
Are these wood windows?
Clad wood interior, meaning they're not wood exterior. They're Pella Architect series, so they're Pella's flagship product. It's a high-end custom product.
Is it aluminum clad on the outside?
I think it's aluminum. Forgive me on the material.
So where are these defects? On the cladding?
Yeah, we have dented cladding that we received originally, and we have bubbles inside the glass.
What do you mean bubbles inside the glass? You mean the actual pane of glass?
When inside the pane of glass, there's a laminate material that separates the panes. Inside the laminate, there's bubbles, so it actually looks like water bubbles, but it's not water. It's just air bubbles inside my windows.
Do you have pictures? Do you have pictures of these?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
But if you have a warranty and you have defective windows, I still don't know why they didn't come through and fix them.
Because in my experience, Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado does not value customers, and if there's any disagreement whatsoever, this is a position from my experience that it appears as though they have very well developed, which is Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado claims that they don't manufacture the product. So I call Pella Corporate of Iowa. Pella Corporate of Iowa says that I'm not their customer because I purchased from Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado. Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado will not help us. So therefore, it's finger pointing on both sides, and nobody will assist the customer who has a good faith contract.
Are yours double hung, single hung, sliding? What are they? Casement?
I have patio. I have casement. I have fixed.
Okay, you have them all. And
yes, sir.
And you did you deal with any particular person from Pella?
Taylor Beavis is the president of Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado. He would be the person that I would recommend that your offices contact.
Here's what's funny, and I'm going to tell you something you may not believe. This is the first complaint we've ever had about Pella Windows ever.
Oh, I'm pleased to hear that. I'm entirely dissatisfied with my experience, but my experience is universal because I do not have 500 homes of Pella Windows. I have one.
Right, I understand. It's 100% bad for you. I get it. And you're in Denver or Colorado Springs or on the west? Where are you?
I'm in the Denver metro, Littleton.
Okay. So you went to the Greenwood Village office?
I actually didn't go to any of their offices. They came to me.
Who should I give this to? That's the thing. I'm talking about for my people. Listen, do the right people, does the president know about this problem?
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, he's the one that's offering guidance to his crew, meaning his direct reports, as well as all of the reports within Pella Windows and Doors of Colorado, to not assist me. It's as though he has a personal animus for me.
Well, maybe you have a personal animus for him too. You do sound like you do. I mean, I'm just trying to call it like I see it. You're obviously upset. I would be too if I spent $100,000 on windows and they were obviously defective, but I can't believe that they were obviously defective and then right out of the gate Pella said, "We're not helping you."
That's in essence how it broke down.
It doesn't sound like it to me. It sounds like either one of two things. Either the problems and defects were so tiny they're acceptable in most worlds, or they are truly defects, but they thought you were impossible to deal with. I'm just saying it could be one or the other. I'm not saying, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's a third one. that you're saying there's a third one, and that is that Pella is a bad company. But see, I can't accept that because we've only had one complaint in 40 years. What?
I said I'll give him a call and see what the president says. I mean, if he has an agreement with an attorney that they're going to come out and fix it, let's just ask him why he's not honoring that agreement.
There's some bad blood here for some reason. I just want him to spill. And make sure you tell him, Doc, look, they have an excellent record with us. I just want to know, why is this guy, of all the customers, why is this guy having a terrible, terrible time? Hold on. He sounds like he might be a customer from hell.
One little bubble, like up, yeah.
Well, I will go call him and find out.
I mean, that's an expensive window job.
Yeah.
Windows are expensive.
Well, especially custom ones.
Custom at $110,000.
But what did his attorney accomplish?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if his attorney got them to agree to come and repair it, I don't. Then why?
He may be setting limits on what they can do.
1984 was the movie, Minister of Truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Or Ministry of Truth.
Ministry of Truth. We're going back to
George Orwell.
Yeah. We would have thought we'd lived that. Seemed impossible in the one movie.
That's why there's Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Blake Harris is an estate planning attorney. The emphasis on planning. To do that, you have to call first and ask your questions. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Blake will answer any question free of charge. Do you need a trust, or is a will good enough? And what about a beneficiary's deed, maybe to bypass probate altogether? Whatever your situation is, he can help you with. And he only charges if he actually does something for you. Flat rates, quoted up front, 833-ASK-BLAKE. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado is a group of insurance adjusters that will take a look at any of your insurance claims for your house or business. That's all they do. They look at them, and then they evaluate them, and if they decide they can help you, they fight for you against your insurance company. You may ask, why do I need to fight my insurance company? Because I'm going to tell you. In my 40-some-odd years of doing consumer advocacy, I can tell you, you cannot trust your insurance company to make a fair settlement. That is an accurate statement. Adjusters who work for insurance companies have one job: to minimize your loss. Minimize it. A public insurance adjuster wants to get you the most they can. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado. The website, coclaims.com, 720-715-0000.
Insurance company is such a pain.
They suck.
We do a lot of theft work, theft
Oh,
recovery.
yeah. Fuck them, don't want to pay for anything.
No,
or
we
especially if it's mechanical relating to the theft.
We get an estimate that's a third of what we think that.
your old home sells for more than what you paid for. The upside down. That bears repeating. When your old home sells for more than what you paid for, you get paid again. And that happens 99% of the time, unfortunately. Look, it's hot Denver weather where so many low-lying companies drive the low-ball trip. Only a fortune gives you the upside when your old home sells for more. Want to decide why you sell your home? I know I know. Learn how and get a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Meet us back.
Custom Duck Manufacturing is here to help.
We are a minority-owned small business, conveniently located right outside of Denver. We specialize in fabrication of rectangular ducts and fittings.
Our high-quality, low-cost duct is carefully made by our outstanding employees who have over 2 generations of experience in the industry.
Not to mention, our lead time can't be beat. We can get the job done the same day and deliver it straight to you.
Visit us online at customduckmfg.com or call 720-491-3410 for your free estimate today.
For your backyard enjoyment, visit Fineone.com for a same-day appointment now. That's Fineone.com.
Denver Talk Station, 630 now.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. You know, I've represented Gutter Helmet for many, many years, and I'm happy to welcome them back. I remember Carl. Now Jimmy's got it, but Carl had it before. Jimmy's got it now. They're great people. And if you want to take care of your gutters, Gutter Helmet is the way to do it. So welcome to the Martino Show. Never clean your gutters again. A patented system that is second to none. 303-298-8888. That's 303-298-8888, Gutter Helmet. Thank you for being here. Now, so, people, let's talk. This problem with Pella does not sound right to me. But it's like, it's here, so I got to deal with it. But what does it mean when, over a 40-year period, I cannot remember one complaint about Pella? Not one. Now the guy says I spent $100,000 on windows. And they just refuse to honor the warranty. It just doesn't sound right. Something sounds wrong about that. In other words, you have cracks and bubbles, cracks in the frame, bubbles in the, I don't know what he's talking about, between the panes of glass. I don't know if he means, he says that separate the glass, there's bubbles in it.
It's about a film or something, bubble, yeah.
Anyway, he said right off the bat they refused to deal with him. Something, when I'm told that makes no sense. I'm not throwing stones at the consumer. I'm just saying when things don't make sense, you ask questions. Like, why would Pella, after all these years, look at their ratings? Look at them. Why, after all these years, would they say, I'm sorry, Jason, we're not handling that problem. We refuse. We refuse to take care of it under warranty. It just doesn't sound right. And I'm hoping Pella will talk to us about it. 303-713-8255. Now, I want to talk about cars. It is car day. Kevin, I love a new car that I saw come out recently. It's, I think, a little bit of a throwback, retro styling. I love it. I keep seeing them all over the place. I even recommend to my sister-in-law she get one. Guess what it is? It's a retro look. It's cute. It's fun. It's a little bit rugged, a little bit stylish. I absolutely... Do you know what I'm talking about, Suze?
A-Rod does.
What, A-Rod? What? What do you think I'm talking about?
Bronco. The Bronco?
Yes!
Yeah.
How did you know that, A-Rod? No, seriously. I love the new Ford Bronco. Have you seen them?
I've seen a bunch of them, yeah.
Screw Jeeps. You know what? I always thought Jeeps were piled piles of nuts and. I don't like Jeeps. Because I love the way they look, by the way. I just don't like them. They're not reliable. They're way overpriced. I don't know what the Broncos are selling for, but God, do I love it. And I wonder, have you noticed them?
No, it's a good look. I just don't like the drivetrain as kind of a Ford Escape kind of.
Oh, so it's not necessarily a good what? Oh, they're cute as hell, man.
No, but that's it. I mean,
and you can take you can get one with a soft top and the doors come off, or get an all hard top. I absolutely love them. Isn't that a retro look? It looks like the old Scouts a little.
Exactly. Yeah.
Was a Scout International, right?
International, yeah.
God, that vehicle you couldn't kill.
Yeah. Yeah, these aren't quite as durable, but it's a cute little truck.
Has anybody gotten one? Let me know. I'd like to know listen, I know we're all a little pissed off at new cars right now because of the prices. We are, okay? You have a right to be. But what new cars excite the hell out of you? Just like different. I'll tell you, look, the new Corvette, that new Corvette is just Batmobile, baby. It's a Batmobile. I just love the way it looks. I mean, you got to admit, that is one kick-ass car. The C8, right? I mean, is that they call it the mid-engine? I just love the car. That doesn't mean I want to go out and get one, but I just love it. And they're just so cool looking. I love the Bronco. What else? I'm trying to think what else. I mean, there are a lot of nice cars, but I'm talking about ones that are just different. Ones that just make you, ones that make you go, I like that. So I say the C8 Corvette, when that came out, let's face it, man, that thing, you got to look at it and say, that is stylish. It's like I said, a friend of mine has a black one with some red trim, looks like Batmobile. Then I like the Ford Bronco. Those things, what are they selling for? What are they selling for, Kevin? Do you know?
Yeah, I can't keep track of prices.
I think that's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd like to know if anybody has their eye on something that looks pretty damn good. It is car day. Let's talk.
Now,
I love that little Ford Bronco.
Those are cute. I mean,
Home Supply.
Right now we're looking at a big.
I could do like a double take because I said.
My kid won't.
The traffic starting
Well,
around
yeah,
the
see,
interchange. And
he wants the damn.
Until after you get past 225.
We have a Tesla on order.
It's a minor curiosity slowing westbound I-70 at 225 as well. I-25
30,000 MSRP. Now, come on.
Well, they're pushing 50 though when you get all the options and the market price and everything.
25 to 50 miles an hour this afternoon.
From 28, I mean, I'll bet you can't get one for 30. No. Let's get Jeff our cars on.
Showers moving in Sunday night into Monday. Currently, it's 50.
Maybe Rodney will come on and speak up about it too.
Traffic and weather. I'm Chris McLaughlin. 6:30.
Well, Tesla's a lot of cars.
A great garden depends on you for TLC and great products.
Well, he's not getting one of the big ones. He's getting a little Model 3. But here's the thing. Without a regular charger, without anything, just 110. If he plugs it in every night, he'll never buy gas. It only costs a few bucks. He has to plug it in every night. As soon as he gets lazy and doesn't do it, I mean, if you're going to do a regular outlet, it has to be an all-night. But it'll always stay ahead. God, I love this little Ford Bronco. I was thinking about getting one, but I don't need two vehicles. They're saying topped out. They're like 34.
I didn't notice that.
That's a good fucking price, man. You know what?
30% off your next order.
They're nice. Nice little cars.
Blue Sky CBD. They're providing you with the highest quality products available at a lower cost per milligram than the run-of-the-mill stuff you're going to find at big box stores. And for the entire month of April, you get free shipping on all orders. For more information, go to Blue Sky.
See, they go from 30 to 68, depending on whether you get the Raptor, Everglades, all kinds of options.
Discover thousands of vacation options that you can book right now and plan your next trip. 2 days only, April 30th and May 1st.
Fuck, I did a QR code that was a trial.
Now at TravelShows.com.
Which means it's going to expire. It's going out on my envelope.
That'd be scary. You can get upwards of 500 horsepower in one of those.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes.
400, sorry.
Well, still.
The Raptor model is 70 grand. It's 400 horsepower, 3-liter V6.
Wait, you on that little Bronco?
You get a Raptor.
Fucking 500 horses?
400.
How much
Still,
is that?
70 for a Raptor. Yeah, no.
You worked your whole
Now,
career.
they got a list of them here from 30 to 68, like 8 different models.
Who will help guide you back down?
Depending on whether you want turbo, you want, non-turbo,
Still learn how to prepare. Saturdays at noon.
Interesting models, though. Black Diamond, Outer Banks, Badlands, Wild Track.
I know.
Yeah, cool names.
In that situation, please know that cases are usually fought at a very high level, and the quality of your counsel can make a life-saving, multi-million-dollar difference in the outcome of your case. Our track record in big cases speaks for itself. We're a serious firm for serious cases. We take righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If you need our help, please
I think I've been working on cars too long. I don't get excited about cars. I used to.
If you have conditions such as heart disease,
You see the guy on the screen, 76 Rolls Royce Silver Shadow.
62, 36, 42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
It's a BMW do thing where it shuts off at idle.
They all the golf
Do
cart.
they do that now? Yeah. I hate that.
You can turn that off.
Yeah, of course you can. You can't turn it off forever. Every time you start it back up, by default, it's on.
It's got to be on there.
No way. I think I can shut mine off.
Oh, I can't. I went into
Well, I don't know. I don't play with it very much.
But I can adjust ride height and performance.
Yeah.
Sound.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I
just like the motion. That's cool.
Also, it has an assistance mode, so if you put your hand near a control like C, the directions come up on the screen. It just knows you're there. So when you go towards something, it says, this is what to do for that. Like your mirrors, your seats.
Because you need a tutorial. Half the stuff on there.
But it reads what you're trying to do.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean...
See, next year it'll have the little helmet you put on and you can just think it.
For those always asking, where next? Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details. Tune into the Mortgage Doctor this and every weekend. When it's time to buy a new home, lower your house payment, consolidate your debts, Steve Levy is the Mortgage Doctor and the go-to guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show, Saturday afternoons at 3 and Sunday mornings at 9.
Mercedes ever reach out to you at all? I remember.
What's that?
Mercedes up in Westminster ever reach out to you guys?
Nope, not once. They fucking suck.
Amazing.
They suck.
Come on, man. Don't trash this. So?
I got to remind people about that. Thank you. I had that on my notes to do that, actually.
Denver's Talk Station wants to put a grand in your hand. Oh, go ahead. Every weekday, you have 9 chances a day to win a grand. Listen for the keyword at 5 past the hour. Thank you so much. A grand in your hand. Sponsored by Guy Reese.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy Reese Loyalty Program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy Reese, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Rod at JFR Cars. I wanted to ask you something, Rod. Do you love that new Bronco?
I do.
They're selling. I see them all over the place, man. They must be selling like crazy.
They're fun little animals. They're definitely fun. It's something to a ride. They give the Jeep Wrangler a little rival, definitely.
For sure. They say they start at around 30, but can you touch them for 30, Rod?
No, you can. There's a Bronco Sport that you can get for about 30. There's a difference between a Bronco Sport and a regular Bronco. So the Bronco Sport is about 27, 28, and it's just a real cheap little 4-cylinder. So you got to make sure you don't get those two confused. But the big one is way over 30.
Are cars really going nuts right now?
They are. They're still high. They're still expensive and hard to find.
I would like, if we could, we're getting up to the top of the hour, if you could do me a favor, give me the top 5 people are asking for, the top 5 coming back from the news. Hey, Dave, what do you have to say? Dave?
Hi there. I have, since it's car day, my wife told me if I don't get this thing fixed, she's going to give it away to Cars for Kids or whatever. I have a 1976 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow that I used to take to a guy over in Littleton. He passed away a few years ago. Other than the Rolls-Royce dealership, who's a good Rolls-Royce master mechanic?
You know what? That's a great question, because if you took it to the dealer, you'd have to bring a deed to your house, too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to avoid that.
Hold on, man. That's a good question. Let's put the word out. We'll find out. Now, is that a Rolls-Royce power plant in that? Because back then that was
it's the 76. It's an original Rolls-Royce. I bought it as kind of a
yeah,
because I always wanted one.
Right,
and,
man. I think they're the coolest. They're the coolest.
I've had this thing for 26 years now, and I love it to death, but it's got a leaky fuel pump. I haven't even started the thing in the last couple of years.
What color is it?
But now it's cobalt blue.
Cobalt blue. I love white. You know what? Rolls-Royces are the most beautiful cars, honest to God, every year.
And they ride like a dream.
God, I love them. Even that old one does, the one you have?
Oh, my, it has a hydraulic suspension system that I was doing. Okay, my name's Larry. I was doing 125 miles an hour on E471.
Holy crap.
I got pulled over.
That's like what? So we're talking about a 46. Yeah.
1976 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow.
Yeah.
And the car weighs 5,500 pounds with a full tank of gas and nobody in it. The engine is a 6.75 liter V8, and the horsepower they say is adequate. It's about 440 horsepower. It's a little slow getting off the line because it weighs so much, but once that thing gets going, you could drive over Colorado roads, you know how crappy they are, and you don't feel the bumps.
That is so cool. And when did you buy it? 20 years ago?
Oh, no, I bought this thing 26, 27 years ago.
So it was worth it. It was worth something when you bought it. I mean, it was 19. So you bought it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they don't really go up or down in price. They just kind of stay the same. I put a few bucks into it. I had the thing repainted because the lacquer was starting to crack and stuff on it.
Is the interior beautiful?
The interior, it's like sitting in a lazy boy. It's not these skinny little seats that come mid thigh. This goes all the full length of a thigh when you're sitting in this thing.
And I'll bet you it still gets looks, doesn't it?
And it does. It only has 53. Yeah, my wife likes to drive it through McDonald's and order a seat.
That would be good.
And,
okay, listen, leave your number with Suze. Anybody who knows who can work on Rolls Royces, Kevin, you know anyone? 76. I mean,
yeah, I'll look around.
We'll look around. It's a Rolls Royce power plant back then, 76. We have more coming up, including JFR Cars to talk about the top requested cars.
Hey Tom, this thing with Pella Windows, I'm going to follow up on it, but in the meantime, he has 2 items that are at the Pella store, which they won't deliver for him, and he says he's having trouble finding somebody.
Why won't they deliver? They fucking hate this.
Yes, they do.
Here. Yeah.
But they said come and get it. He's having a hard time. So can we go on the air and say these are the dimensions? Does anybody have a truck? They're two doors. I have the dimensions of them.
I don't understand. They won't deliver.
Well, come on.
You got a lawyer involved, then there's more.
It's a pissing contest.
No, it's bigger than a pissing contest.
Well, we know about the delivery.
Well, no, they don't want liability in dealing with him at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I saw some of these newer, a friend of mine has the newer rolls. Oh my God, is it fucking beautiful. Holy.
What's a little over 100?
A new one?
Yeah.
600.
Yeah.
600?
Oh my God.
I wonder what he paid for his.
Well, this one isn't quite.
No, this one's about 50.
See, the worst part about those older ones like that, you bring that car in and check everything out, it'll be there for 4 months. Waiting for parts.
He's not using it anyway.
I know, but the shop has to be able to have room to keep the
Right,
car
right.
in the back corner because it can't be outside in the hail and different things. That's kind of it.
I think you should buy it, Tom, and make it the Troubleshooter official car. Have Troubleshooter on the side and just ride it
It looks
off.
like the Queen of England would ride in the back of it. The 76. Looks real British.
The FDA right now.
So can we go on the air and see if anybody has a truck that can help this guy?
Looking at and planning what we might have
somebody.
in
What?
store as we
No, but he
What are
just
the
needs,
different models?
but he just needs somebody to,
Rolls? Okay, so Rolls's, okay, hold on. 2010 Rolls's right now are 450.
Wow.
2010.
The markets are tumbling on the last
I didn't know they
trading
were
day
that
of the
high
month.
for a
This is ABC
10-year-old
News.
car.
House Speaker Nancy
Or is that
Pelosi
what it
calling
was?
House
Hold on.
Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy.
No, that was the that was the MSRP back then. So what would it be now?
I can't say in one breath. I'm afraid that they're going to cause danger to other members and at the same time complain about not having magnetometers on the floor of the House.
In the recordings, McCarthy voiced concern that some Republicans might incite further violence in the wake of the January 6th.
Oh, fuck
For more
you.
than 5 years, Alex Jones and InfoWars engaged in what the families of Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting victims called a horrific campaign of cruelty.
Tom, do you know what I wanted to ask you?
Was a hoax.
I have a
Jones
bruise
has
that's
been
like
found
9
liable
months
for
old
damages,
from a
and the
fall.
families
Will it
are
ever
under
go away, you
legitimate
think, or what?
Yes. Telling purpose in allowing
It can really take that long?
file for bankruptcy, calling it a charade meant to avoid large judgments rendered by jurors. InfoWars has said the family.
Saying that ghost is still 250 for a 10-year-old.
The judge said he didn't consider.
Yeah.
you know why the phones are not working back there?
I asked Mark, how do I reset him? He didn't get back to me yet.
Okay.
I didn't, yeah, because you need him, don't you?
Well, I've been using my phone. So it's no big
Okay.
deal.
I think Mark and I have to come back up this way.
Phones are not working, Suze. What phone?
The phones work, okay, voicemails and everything work. You just can't use the office phone.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you reset them.
You unplug. I mean, are all of them not working?
There's only 2 in there. But I was just gonna ask Mark. I emailed Mark this morning, he didn't get back to me.
Mine, but it doesn't work. It's just it's Wi-Fi, so it's not the Wi-Fi. I just unplug the phone from the cat line.
See if it reconnects. Okay, I'll go do that in a second and see. I didn't even think of that. I was trying to think, what do we need phones for? Oh, for Ken to make a phone call.
Well, I've been
The
using my phone.
Phantom's got a V12 twin turbo.
Sometimes on my phone, because I can get three-way conversation, which really helps a lot of times.
All right.
K-Town News Time, 103.
Although Aurora's
Go reset him and see what
ban
happens.
next Saturday, it won't be enforced right away. One reason is because shelter space is not ready, but Mayor Mike Kaufman thinks interim.
The Phantoms are fucking beautiful.
It's amazing, isn't
He
it?
says the camping ban.
I sent you an email. Capless got one of those new Broncos. Does he? I guess so. That somebody emailed me about that.
Did I mess up?
No, just sitting in your chair.
The criminality that's associated with these cameras that there's a property crime.
Kaufman says it's a crisis of drug addiction and mental health, and it must be dealt with from that perspective. The Boulder is back in earnest.
Yes, the side doors.
In-person event on Memorial Day.
Does it?
Organizer Cliff Bosley says it's good
The
to be
Phantom
back after
does.
2 years of pandemic events.
First in 2020, and then last
Some
year
of them are just so beautiful. My God.
where
Bentleys
we
used to be
Because
too.
the Ghost looks a lot like
Bentleys became run of the mill. I mean, it's like.
But the Bentley and the Ghost are almost the same
I don't know, I've
car.
seen some pretty nice Bentleys at the club.
Yeah, I used to have one. I had a hand-built Bentley. You know, like when they were something. Oh my God, it was white with a. I had the what do you call it? That fancy diamond interior. But here's the thing. I used to think, oh, I got a hand-built fucking car on this shit. It was they're the worst fucking thing. Let me tell you why hand-built's bad. because nothing is fucking standardized. They have plans for each car. Now, they can be standardized, but they don't. Like this one crew might think, we're going to run the fuel line over here. I swear to God, it was the worst idea they ever had. Worst idea they ever had. So when you went to a dealer, they took your bin, they had to look at the plans, and they had to see where, and then they, oh yeah, one crew came up with a better way to do this fuel line. We should reroute it. That'll be $3,000. You know, shit like that. But the hand built meant no consistency.
Right.
So it didn't mean quality like I thought it did.
I wouldn't have thought that. You know.
I would have thought hand built means but because you had different crews, it was different than Ferrari. Ferrari had hand built by a formula. They were hand built, but you had to follow these
So
guys.
like blueprints, right? You just follow.
The guys at Bentley, they said that the crews had. What did they say? They had they had a certain amount of leeway or discretion on doing certain things. So you could have a
creative
car,
license for your mechanic.
and the trim. You know, so the more I looked at it, I thought, wait a minute, this is not perfectly symmetrical. And then I realized I like machine built. I mean, in other words, they're more perfect than hand built. Hand built wasn't the way to go. You know, it's all that. You know, you just fall for that shit, and then you learn. You just fucking learn. Holy shit! Even these older 2006 Phantoms, holy shit, are they beautiful? You know what? Here's what's funny. They haven't changed their looks much.
They haven't changed much at all.
And they're beautiful.
Leland Conway. At 210,
You know, it's funny. My Subaru gets me from point A to point B every time. Same as a $600,000.
Well, you can sell your condo and live in your Rolls.
That's stupid money. I mean, I don't even know why you do that. Seriously.
To me, a car is a utility. I just never got into fancy cars.
Well, I know I haven't either, really. I mean, in the old day, I mean,
you had a Ferrari, you had a Bentley, you have a.
But I had a Bentley and a Ferrari. They're mostly product.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 K-House.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. It's Car Day. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by a great group of guys. I love talking about these guys. Premier Window Washing, and I'll tell you why. They're guys out of high school that started this company years ago, Premier Window Washing, and they do pressure washing as well. And it's Premier Window Cleaning Services and Pressure Washing. The website is wecleanwindows.co. And I really want you to go on and truly hire these guys. They do great prices and great work. All of the windows inside and outside of your house. That's right. If you do the inside, outside windows, they'll do all your mirrors and your glass inside, including chandeliers and all that, plus pressure washing of the garage and all that. Premier Window Cleaning Services. Now, here's how you find them. WeCleanWindows.co. That's for Colorado. WeCleanWindows.co. 303-564-5574. In fact, I think their prices are too low, to be honest with you, because they're so good. I think they're young and enthusiastic, and I said maybe they should raise their prices a little. They said, no, we want to keep it like this for a while. WeCleanWindows.co. So Rod Greer's with JFR Cars, and I said, well, we've been talking about some new cars. I love the new little Bronco, and there's some cars that really look beautiful that make you shake make you turn your head. I just wondered what people are asking for, Rod. So what are people asking for? Because you're in the business of being able to source almost any car as a broker and also a dealer, new and used. But what are people looking for, Rod? Are you there, Rod? Huh. Hey, Suze, I can't hear Rodney on there. I can't hear him. Is he turned down on line 6 or is he not there? Maybe he expected us to call him back. Maybe it's my fault. Is he there? Huh. Okay. Rodney, I'm sorry. Maybe we didn't have you pulled up on the board. Are you there, sir?
I'm here.
Okay, man. What are people looking for, Rodney?
We're getting a lot of requests for the smaller SUVs.
Really?
Like
Like give me an
RAV4.
example. Like the RAV4, okay?
That's probably your biggest smaller SUV, your CRV from Honda.
Okay.
The Hyundai Tucson. Those are your big ones. And then the RAV4. They did a new redesign last year, and it's starting to become popular again.
Now,
but,
on the Beamer X models, the X1, X3, X, which X's are popular?
You got the X6 is still popular, and the big one, the X7.
But what about I thought the one
you.
I see more 3s than anything. I see a lot of 5s around.
Yeah, but those are, you said popular. They are popular, but those are more spendy. So the cheaper ones, the 3 and the 5 are the cheaper of the.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Those are the ones that the masses are buying.
Okay.
Are the 3s and the 5s.
Okay, cool. And then what about convertibles? Aren't big anymore, are they?
I wouldn't say that. I probably wouldn't say it's not as big in Colorado because we don't have all the months for it. But I still think people are looking for convertibles. And trucks, the Ford is still on top. And then
really,
but Dodge came up and bumped out Chevy. So now Dodge last year took the second position. So Ford and Dodge are kind of the top 2 right now.
Oh, that's amazing. That's okay. And so, are they still hard to get?
You got a little bit more flexibility with Dodge. Ford is still a little tough to get, and Chevy, but we can get them. They're just a little bit. We may have to order them up front, and got to wait about 5 to 6 months to get them. But we can definitely get them, and it's on a pre-order.
And what about MSRP? Are people going way above MSRP on a lot of these?
It all depends on which car. Yes, most cars are going to be at MSRP or above. So it all depends on the demand and how rare they are.
Okay. Well, Rod, thank you very much. JFR Cars, 303-520-6839. Let's talk to Kyle about his 2010 Chevy Traverse. What's going on, Kyle?
Hey, Tom. So we got this Traverse, and the other day I climb into it. The temperature is set at about 80 degrees, and I turn it down to its lowest setting, which is 60, and it continues to blow basically the hottest air that the vehicle is able to pump out. And when I go to turn the air conditioning on, the light will come on for a split second, and then it goes out. I can adjust the fan speed, but the temperature is just stuck on the hottest blazing heat.
What would cause that, Kevin?
A number of things. You have a blending door that's in there, could be stuck, or the motor moving the blending door, or even the controller head itself that controls the whole operation. So, yeah, it's not uncommon, and in 10, 15-year-old vehicles, those components start breaking down a little bit.
Okay, now is there any fuses that I'm able to check that possibly might have blown?
Not individual.
Any of these things?
No, not individual. If your whole heating system would shut off or something, then yes, but you're getting a reading and it's changing. It's just actually not responding to the changes you're asking. So.
Okay, and you think that's probably the best bet to go ahead and check like the blender door stuff before?
Sure, you get in behind the glove box. You can probably Google it. You get a good picture. And just see if it's actually moving.
If it's not moving, what do you do? Is it the mechanism itself?
It's still, you got to get in and take components, because I've seen the doors themselves break. And
what are blend doors in most cars air actuated or electrical?
Electrical.
They are.
Yes, it's a stepper motor sits on top and actually, clicks it off and moves it precisely. So works well when they work.
Yeah, right. And so also, as far as the temperature goes, when I'm running my the actual temperature setting on the control panel, that hot air, I thought you could also blow ambient air temperature as well.
Well, you should be able to if you turn,
But that's all in the blending door.
Yeah.
That's what it controls is outside
If you,
air.
if you take outside air and just turn the temperature down and you don't have air conditioning on, it will not warm up the outside air. It just lets it through.
So that makes sense because I've had some people say that, well, the air conditioner is always in use to...
No, not if it's off, it's not. So, you know what I've learned lately, and I've been doing this, on newer cars, if you put that auto mode on and just leave it at one temperature, it works great.
Works real well.
I mean, you know, it actually, I don't know how it decides if to go high or low on the, you know, what vents they come out of. But it seems to do what it needs to do. I don't know if they have sensors all over the car or what.
Some of them are smarter than others. Obviously, there's some pretty simple systems and real sophisticated.
But it's amazing how smart cars are getting.
Yes.
Ricky, what kind of truck do you want to sell, Ricky?
Yes, I have a 2003 Super Duty. I called Mark on it Wednesday. He said it don't sell at less than $20,000.
Hold on, let's talk about it. Hold on.
Never know.
30 seconds to your live. Sorry, that was my bad on the phone. Thought was down.
Visit a Christie Sports showroom for the best selection of quality outdoor furniture, grills, and accessories. Christie Sports expert staff provides free in-store design consultation so you can be confident you're getting the right patio furniture. Patio Days is for a limited time, April 20th to May 8th. Visit a Christie Sports showroom today for patio furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
Don't live with pain. Listen, I've had aches and pains, both chronic and acute, meaning one that's long range, you know, over and over. The other one comes on suddenly. Either way, Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine can help you out. They really can. They work with all major insurance. They have a number of different treatments. They have immediate short-range treatments. They have longer-range treatments. 303, what I'd like you to do is call them if you're in pain. But also look online, coloradopaincare.com, to find out where you can find out their locations close to you. And office hours are conveniently set between 7 and 7. And then same-day appointments even available. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN, coloradopaincare.com.
Is your concrete sinking? Interior floor, basement, or garage? Brian here with Advanced Mud Jacket. I've been lifting concrete in Colorado for over 30 years.
I think dual climate's the best thing they ever came out with.
What is that?
Dual climate. You know, where the driver and passenger have different
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Because I don't care who I've ever been with in my life, they're always over there when the turn heat on. You know? And I want to roll the window down. So we're just night and day.
Absolutely. My wife is always cold, and I'm always not.
Yeah, Peak Performance for Men is offering your best offer yet. Call today to book your free consultation and free blood flow evaluation.
I think it's just made that way.
210-8181. Peak
I'll
Performance
go
for Men
home
helps
today
over
because it's a little
80%
cooler
of men
today.
receive the
I guarantee the heat's on in my
long-term
house.
improvement.
Guaranteed.
Let the experts at Peak Performance for Men help you today. All it takes is one phone call for a free consultation. Free blood flow evaluation. Call 1-800-210-8181. That's 1-800-210-8181.
She wonders me and the dogs are out on the patio and she's in the house.
Yeah, you know they say, I said, honey, when are you going to start getting your freaking hot flashes? Help me out here.
April 30th and May 1st at the Colorado Convention Center. Buy discounted tickets now at TravelShows.com. That's TravelShows.com.
Everybody's heard how competitive the home buying market is out there.
And I think we just grew up in an old house that he never made it to the top floor of our bedroom floor. You know, we just got accustomed to it.
Getting pre-approved. Wouldn't it be ideal if you could become a cash buyer, go to the front of the line? At Ideal Home Loans, we can do all those things. Call us today, 303-867-7000, or as always, apply online, idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Fairway Auto Service invites you to experience honest auto repair and service. Trusted technicians that will provide you with exceptional customer satisfaction. They offer the best auto service repair and quality for your car. For more info, go to fairwayautoservice.com.
We travel to see what's around the bend and what we're capable of. And now Capital One's new classic travel card can keep up with you.
I hate that. When I'm looking right at it and I'm hitting something else.
10x miles on
I've never actually learned how to
and
type
5x
correctly.
miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on every
You didn't have it in
ticket you
school? Junior high?
I remember that, yeah.
Oh,
I just said I
class.
never learned it.
Yep.
I didn't say I never took it.
I took physics too, it didn't stop either, yeah.
Yes, dear.
Rebooting the phones didn't work, so I'm asking Mark what else I can do.
Really?
How much is
Let's fan out and tell people that Liberty Mutual customers
Biden giving to Ukraine? How many $1 billion?
Which time?
I don't know what the new one is.
Yeah, which time?
No, just recently. He's going to give what? $30 billion or $80 billion?
It's an arbitrary number anyway. Doesn't really matter.
No, what I find amazing is that
We need to get that
you
phone
think
fixed.
about the wealth, let's say, I'm just checking, that one donation of $30 billion
Yes.
is more than the GDP of about 50 countries in the world. So our one gift is more than the entire GDP of the bottom 50 or 60 countries. It's staggering.
Well, the whole military, conglomeration.
No, just the fact that we can forget, even if it was for total humanitarian thing, but being able to give away $50 billion and not have a dent in our economy is just staggering.
But there is a dent in our economy.
Well, not from that one particular thing.
That's the way they feel, and then every little
thing they add on to that thing that they sent over there.
So it's not. It didn't work. Huh?
I'm
You
seeing what
unplugged
else we
the
do.
Cat 5s, right?
This recording is sponsored by Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply.
The wind is out for your Friday. Our temperatures stay in the mid-60s, but the sun can get around 40 miles per hour. So high fire.
We have the router, but if that one messed up, everything would be
That's right. But do we, on those Wi-Fi phones, where's our voicemail? That's virtual, right?
Yeah, and that's all working fine.
So then the phones can't, the phones don't have anything in common that they would both be out. So what are they not doing?
Can't make a call out. You see the lines light up when we're getting calls for voicemails?
Hi, Tom Martino here at 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to Ricky. So Ricky's looking to sell a truck. By the way, we have plenty of time for calls at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Ricky, how long have you had this truck?
I bought it brand new in 2003. I'm the only owner.
So you bought it brand new, 2003. Okay.
It's a Super Duty. I have 131,046 miles as of today.
142,000.
No, 131,000.
31. Got it.
46 miles.
Got it, bro. Got it.
Original. I have a lot of stuff. It's got a 6.0 on it.
Now this is a four-wheel drive, right?
Yes, extended cab.
Extended cab, Super Duty. Okay.
Metallic gray.
And that's a Dodge, right?
Ford.
Ford? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Ford.
F-250.
Okay, F-250. So, what do you think, Kevin?
6.0 engine, and it has the Workforce air filter, 4-inch exhaust, Hypertech power.
What condition is it in?
Service record. It's in good condition. The left fender has a little rust on the bottom, maybe about 10 inches worth, and that's it. It's a nice truck.
Have you had any offers on it at all?
I was going to go trade it in. They were only going to give me 11 for it. They went up to 14. So I called you guys Wednesday, talked to Mark. He said this truck should sell for $20,000 all day long.
Well,
call it in today. That's what I'm doing.
Definitely. Okay, hold on. We'll try to get it sold for you. I mean, it's definitely. Let's put it this way. It's definitely worth more than they're going to give you a trade. We know that. With trade, they're not going to go much beyond or ever beyond wholesale.
Yes.
And what do you think, basically? What do you think, Kevin? I mean, I don't know.
In the middle of that 14 to 20. I don't know if it's worth 20. That's the high side, but it's definitely worth more than 14.
Now, the F-250 I'm trying to find on here. And I don't see, oh, there they are. Okay. The F models are really popular. Holy crap. Yeah, they're selling for good. Let me see. We're doing it right now, and I'm going to try to get you some ideas from some really credible sources that we're subscribed. That can't be so. Hold on a second. Let me just see. Are they going for that much used right now, Kevin? I mean, I'm seeing some incredible pricing.
Some at Car Gurus are 14 to 18.
And you bought this new, and it looks beautiful when you look at it.
It's metallic gray. I seen one the other day. when after I talked to Mark, it had 155,000 on it. They were asking $21,450. I got a cash.
Okay, now I'm looking at some stuff here. Okay, I'm seeing the high end, bro. I'm seeing the high end of about 24. I'm seeing a low end of about $7,000.
Yeah, well, $7,000 is about 300 some odd thousand too. I mean, this is negotiable, but that's what he told me to start out at. You know, so I figure between 18 and 20,000.
Listen, man. I mean, I've seen some. There are some as much as 30, but it says bad deal. You know, they're labeled as a.
Mine's all. I have all the service records. It's all from Ford.
I'm saying you're going to get. Okay, you know, the fact you have a little rust. You say only a little. That's a lot, by the way. Any rust is a lot, especially if you have 10 inches of rust.
It's on the left fender.
It doesn't matter. I mean, rust is a really bad sign. Why does this car have rust on it?
From the magnesium chloride driving back and forth on I-70.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Kev? He doesn't have a lot of miles on this thing.
No, but it's going to, like you said, rust is going to turn a lot of guys off.
I would say, I don't think you're, I think you shouldn't have a problem getting, I would say 18.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what I thought.
18.
That's what I'm hoping for.
All right, so leave your number with Sue's. What color is it?
Gray.
It's
Gray?
Metallic gray.
Metallic gray, 4-wheel drive, F-250, extended cab, Super Duty. You'll take 18 for it. That's a good price. I mean, I don't, like I said, you know, it depends on how people feel about rust. You can get them for the same price without rust. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad truck, but even with the what do they call it? Sodium chloride? Is it mag chloride? I'm sorry, mag chloride. I've not seen a lot of rust on these things. That's why it's bothering me.
Yeah.
Nope. All I've got to do is change out that fender, and it's not that much. I priced it.
You know what? It might even be worth. I mean, it might even be worth doing that. I'm serious. I'm really serious. You know, there are very few things.
Like $19,000. I will do it myself if I can get like 19.
There's very few things that spook people more than rust in Colorado. You know, it's almost back east sometimes they were used to seeing it, but nowadays even with the quality of metal and undercoating and everything they do, you hardly ever see cancer rust buckets.
Midwest, Minnesota, and places.
But still, you don't even see that much anymore.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Not the way it really?
Yeah, rusted clear through. Yes.
Still.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Martino, I have to go. So if I can give my number to what's her name, I really appreciate
Hold on, Suze will take your number. So he'll take 18 grand for it. The way it is, yeah.
Hey, Tom, can I follow up on something? We had remember Jason called about the problem with Pella windows?
Yes. And that sounded very strange to us.
I'm working on that, but in the meantime, he has 2 doors that are at the Pella store that they won't deliver to him, and he needs to find...
See, this is so weird to me that Pella, it doesn't sound like Pella. First, they're not honoring his warranty, and second, they won't even deliver 2 things at the warehouse that he bought.
Right. But anyway, he's looking for someone who has a truck that can deliver 2 doors. One is 84 by 66 inches, and the other one is 59 by 123 inches. So if anybody has a truck that's willing to deliver it, he will pay for it. Just leave your number at 303 Martino, and we'll get in touch with you.
But why is he having such bad blood?
This is what's interesting. He said the warranty, he called up Pella of Colorado. They won't get in touch with Pella of Iowa. Pella of Iowa says that in order for them to acknowledge the warranty, Pella of Colorado has to ask them. So all he wants right now is for Pella of Colorado to say to Pella of Iowa, we want...
And really, what you mean, you don't really mean Pella of Iowa. You mean the manufacturer Pella.
Right.
Yeah, because Pella of Colorado is a franchise.
Right. So all he wants...
Or distributorship, yeah.
Them to say to them, would you please go ahead and initiate the warranty work? And they won't do it.
I'm just trying to figure out, though, why this went south with Pella. Not only will they not address his warranty issue, but they will not deliver something to him.
Well, I will.
I mean, that I don't even understand. Are they afraid he might accuse them of breaking it?
Absolutely.
Something's really wrong here with this relationship.
I think it's a toxic relationship, and they're trying, as Kevin said, they don't want to have any responsibility for transporting something and having him claim that it was somehow damaged or there was a defect in it. So they're trying to keep their hands off. But I'm going to get in touch with this, the president of Pell of Colorado, and let you know what's going on.
303-713-8255. Let's talk to Randy. Hi, Randy. What's happening?
Hey, I just wanted to ask you guys a question about, I have a 2006 Ford F-250 that I bought for really cheap because it had a bad motor in it. And I subsequently put in a remanufactured motor and a remanufactured transmission.
It was actually a reman.
Yeah, actual reman.
And what year did you say it was? 06?
2006 Ford F-250
Got it.
extended cab.
Yeah.
And my question is I'm not planning on selling it or anything, but if I were to get into an accident, how would the insurance look at this?
That's a great question, because there's that's a great question, and there's something you can do about it. So hold on, and I'll go over it.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Leland Conway and 630 KHOW, Denver.
I used my insurance for the first time. Travelers, I've never used them. That what a great company.
Impact
Travelers is a good company.
Yeah,
sponsored by Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply.
An accident on eastbound I-70 at I-225 has been cleared, but still slow through there from the 270.
A little fender bender sitting at a light.
Crash on southbound
Guy
I-25.
spun out and hit the side of my truck. Waited 2 weeks for his insurance company to jack me around.
So some guy spun out and hit you?
Yeah.
God, I'd be so pissed.
Turned the tire over. I mean, just, oh gosh, $6,000 damage sitting in a traffic light.
God.
But then waiting for his Hallboy of Arizona, whatever the hell his insurance was called. Yeah. My truck was already fixed, and Travelers paid for it before they called me to check and see.
A great garden. Products, whether it's reliable tools, equipment, workwear to work the garden beds, quality soil, fertilizer, or supplements to treat them, Murdoch's has it. Visit Murdoch's today or check out Murdoch's.com.
A couple topics come up on this show, and you hear me say, uh-oh, rip-off, uh-oh, rip-off. If it has to do with moving, also if it has to do with restoration, because both industries suck. But I can tell you, American Restoration 24/7 will take care of you for a fire, flood, broken pipes, asbestos contamination, black mold, any insult to your property, unattended death, maybe even a meth lab at one of your rentals, and you need to restore that property, you need to mitigate damages, you need help rebuilding. I can highly recommend American Restoration, the honest people in restoration. And don't think you don't need them because your insurance is paying. You especially need them, because once your insurance pays, they don't do it again. So if you make the wrong choice, it's on you. American Restoration, 8337-AM-REST. All the certifications from EPA and the honesty and integrity to go along with it. 8337-AM-REST or amrest247.com.
Let's spend more to improve overall health and wellness. Modern medicine.
Oh, they knew I was back in the studio, so I could hear this.
Considering that bathing went mainstream in the 80s.
Who knew you were back in the studio?
The device people.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't imagine using that thing.
They waited until I came back in here before they didn't have the last segment.
These
When
trucks
I
are
was
worth
making
a lot
phone
of money.
calls.
Yeah, that's stupid. It just doesn't make sense. But I have a feeling the condition isn't quite what he thinks it is.
I can't imagine something going in and coming around without you gagging.
No, I use a squeeze bottle all the time.
I used to use it before I got sick.
Yep.
The Navage?
No.
Like the neti pot and the squeeze bottle.
It was called
something rinse.
You had to review this.
Yep.
They're not good. Those are not good. They have to be pre-regulated, because when I was doing it, it was going up and getting trapped. I got a serious infection, man.
Yeah, that's what I would worry about.
A serious infection. And then I was told you're not supposed to force moisture into your
sinuses,
because if moisture gets trapped up there, I got what was called mastoiditis. And that was this close to encephalitis.
Yeah.
It was really bad. Or, wait, encephalitis.
Well, yeah, the bones on the bottom of your skull are very, very thin.
So I had to have it drilled and drained. And antibiotics shot into it.
Did they strike gold when did they find any brains in
And I
it?
had an ENT. He's retired now. Dr. Carter. Don Carter. He was cool. I think he's retired, but anyway.
No, I ain't got the word. I use that thing all the time. Yeah.
You're lucky. Also, I might have had more places for it to hide.
Yeah.
Well, the less stuff there is up here, the more room there is for the water.
That's why I have places that
Yeah.
I have nooks and crannies from intelligence.
Now Joe O'Day is running for U.S. Senate to be a voice for working people, to attack inflation, cut the waste, fund our military.
Yeah, it's getting tough. Mechanics that work on 1980s cars. It's getting harder.
So, okay, I have a question. Just out of curiosity, what's the difference between putting synthetic oil in your car or regular oil? Is there a difference?
As far as
anything,
performance and
why would
the
you
synthetics don't break down as readily as the conventional, so they'll maintain viscosity through temperature. Where conventional oil's viscosity will change with temperature.
Okay.
That's the quickest.
To a certain degree, you want viscosity to change with temperature.
Somewhat. I mean, you still want it to thicken up too much when it's cold.
No.
That's the biggest thing. But you want it to maintain viscosity when it's hot. Yeah.
Right,
The
that's right.
will start
You
to
don't
get
want
bitter.
heat to break it down to where it's like water.
Right.
And you don't want heat to make it like it's Vaseline.
Right.
So
that's the extremes with conventional oils. It does exactly that, where the synthetics maintain the same viscosity throughout the temperature.
Okay. I just never knew what the difference was.
like when they say 20W50, it's a 20 weight at 50, right?
20 weight at 50 degrees?
I think, isn't that what it means?
Yeah,
there's a there's 20 or
20 weight 50 is
I used to know exactly what that meant, but tell me, what does
I thought it was 20 when it was cold and 50 when it was hot.
Something like that, but I think it's the reverse.
Oh, the reverse?
Yeah.
50 when it's cold? Isn't that pretty thick?
Yes. Turns into 2050?
Yeah.
It's racing well. Yeah, you can get some engines you can't turn over at 20.
A 20 weight 50th. I'm looking at viscosity level.
Viscosity motor will set to the 20 weight indicates how quickly the engine will start when cold and cold weather. 50 refers to the thickness of the oil in the running state.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Randy put a lot of money into his truck, and he wants to make sure he's compensated justly if it's hurt in an accident. Now, Randy, I have an important question for you. Do you have collision coverage?
We're just putting it back on because it's been out of service for a year and a half. So right now,
so hold on. That's important because obviously you have to have the coverage to begin with. But because this is an 06, they're going to give you what the schedule tells them to give you. And it's not going to be much, but the premium's not going to be much. And most people think, okay, I'll just go with it. And then they fight like hell to say it's worth more, yet they weren't paying the premium for more. The right way to do it when you have a car that's been enhanced, improved, or modified, it's called an agreed upon value. It doesn't mean stated value. There's two different things. A stated value is only to establish a premium because there's no guide. Like you have an old MG, so you make a stated value. That doesn't mean you get the stated value. They will research it and come up with something to pay you. The stated value is only to establish a premium, whereas an agreed upon value is what you get paid. Now, an agreed upon value is you look at your truck, and let's say normally that kind of truck, an 06 F-250, would pay, let's say 18 grand, okay? And if you insured it, that's all you're going to get, no matter what you put in it. But if you say to them, here are the receipts, there's a new remand in it, or a remand, and there's this and there's that, and then you come up with $25,000, it's put into the contract, but you also pay a premium for that. In other words, you're not going to pay the cheap premium for an 06 truck. You're going to pay a stepped-up premium for an 06 truck that's worth $25,000.
Now, what about if I was hit by somebody and it was their fault and their insurance company, you know,
that's a very good question.
Their numbers.
That's a very good question.
Should I have it pre-appraised?
You can't. No, you don't have anything pre-appraised, because no matter what, you can't make someone else look at your value the way you look at it. Just because you have an agreed upon value doesn't mean you can make it an agreed upon value with someone else. So the only thing you can do is what you would do with any loss. And that is, at the time of loss, that's when you argue it. And the way you argue it is this. You say, my truck would have been worth this, but it has a new engine, a new this, a new that, and you go through the whole damn thing. You actually have better luck doing it against someone else than you would your own insurance. Because with your own insurance, if you haven't been paying the premium for a higher price, they can make the argument, well, you want it both ways. You want to pay the lower premium but have the higher payout. But when somebody else hits you, they can't make that argument. What they can do is this. You can use your agreed upon value as an argument for them, saying, look, here's evidence that an insurance company found it plausible. You see? Because an insurance company won't insure you for something unless you prove it. That's evidence, but it's not contractual with the other party. But there's something better than that, and we call it petty details. Petty details is a guy, Richard, what is his name, Richard? Wait, not Richard.
Justin.
Justin Petty. Richard is his rich cousin. But anyway, Justin Petty runs Petty Details, LLC.com. And what he does, he makes a living evaluating cars for insurance. Because people are, he's almost like, not quite, a public adjuster for cars, where the insurance says, hey, Randy, your truck's only worth $10,000. He'll go in and show evidence that it's worth more.
Okay, but I wouldn't want to see him before.
Hell no.
Like now.
No. Because if you do it now and something goes wrong in the future, no. You'd have to do it again anyway, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
But you definitely run the risk. You run the risk of having people dispute your value whenever you fix something up.
Yep, I agree. That's what I was looking forward to alleviate as many problems as I can if this were to happen. And again, I'm more worried about somebody else hitting. But
well,
you're right.
Okay, here's what you can do now, Randy. Here's what you can do now to make it easier in the future. Keep a folder on that truck with dates and prices of what you did.
Okay.
So many people, because so many people, Randy, when this happens, they come to me and say, but I had a new engine, and I had this, and I had that. And I say, where are your receipts? I don't know, they're somewhere. If you have your receipts in a folder and you're organized, you scare the hell out of people. You really do. Now, Mike wants to talk about 1980 cars. Holy crap.
No, hi, Tom.
Hey.
Real quickly, I inherited a 79 F-150 and a 83 F-250 Ford van, and I'm not finding anyone that do any work. Like I think I need a fuel pump on one and some brakes and stuff.
Oh man, that shouldn't be a problem. I bet you Kevin can do it.
That's pretty straight up.
You guys can do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, most shops I know would.
Yeah, most good shops work on that stuff. Who'd you try, Mike?
Everybody. Brake Plus, Mobile Mechanics.
Okay, first of all, mobile mechanics are hard because they don't stock stuff. They don't want to run for stuff, okay? And the franchises are hard because they're in and out, man. They make money on volume. So you need a neighborhood shop like a Sheridan Auto Tech or even Auto Pro. Al or Mark over at Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair or Kimmer Transmission. All of our shops, man, they can do that.
And they'll work on older vehicles that are not computerized.
Yes.
That seems to be a problem, you know.
No. Where are you located, Mike?
I'm in Denver, over by City Park.
Oh, man, you can go to Kevin over. Sure. Kevin, the closest one to there.
Second in Havana, probably.
Second in Havana, Sheridan Auto Tech.
Sheridan Auto Tech? I'll go anywhere. I don't mind towing it, but I just can't find nobody to work on.
Oh, he'll work on him, man. Just call him first, though.
And his name is Kevin?
Kevin, well, he's the owner, and it's Sheridan Auto Tech. Just tell him you heard about it from Martino and the Troubleshooter. And here's their number, 303-455-7242.
Thank you so much.
All right, man. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, okay, we have more coming up.
So, Tom, why wouldn't it be this guy that did all this work on his car? Why would it not be a good idea to get an A priori value from Petty Details? So Petty says, okay, on May 1st, 2022, I did evaluation. The car's worth X $1,000.
Because he only has to have it done again anyway.
Why?
But what happens 2 years later? He's got hail damage and 50,000 miles.
No matter what. No matter what. He'll have to do it again, so he'd be spending money twice.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Murdoch's Ranch and Home Supply has everything you need for your backyard and beyond. During the early bloomer sale, find discounts spread across yard care, pet supplies, outdoor apparel, backyard furniture, much more. Hurry, because this sale ends too. Only at Murdoch's.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. That's rpcenter.com. What do they do? Well, they coordinate your retirement plan. You know, the earlier you start planning for retirement, the better. But I'm using rpcenter.com or Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies to coordinate mine. They can tell me if I'm too top-heavy on one thing or need to invest in another. They also help me with insurance and Social Security, Medicare, supplements, maybe possibility of long-term care. Whatever it is I need, they help me. They know every aspect of retirement. They're the quarterback of your retirement plan. They'll meet with you as many times as you feel comfortable until you sign up. And then when you do, they get your approval on everything. You'll see what they're saving you, how much it's costing. They're straightforward, good people. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. And speaking of good people, you don't do better than Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran has been my friend for, I think, 27 years since he started. And I know you will never find anyone better to buy or sell real estate for you. And he has his team Duran, too, at RE/MAX Alliance. Use the best and feel like they're your friends, not just business associates. 303-920-1622.
If you're looking to buy a home but want to skip all the stress, it's time for making adjustments. Orchard lets you move into your new home before you even sell your old one. Orchard turns you into a cash buyer so you can win in a competitive market. It doesn't cost you any more money than traditional real estate. Orchard is the same game, but new rules. So get out there and win the home.
So do you find the new headlights annoying? They're so bright and they really shine.
When you're inside the car, they're really nice.
Yeah, but when you're coming towards somebody,
that's what I love.
They really do blind you.
Yeah, you gotta.
Especially if it's like an SUV or something.
Yeah. It's like the sign in the front, don't stare at the flame.
Right.
Stare at the lights.
Yeah, the new ones, whatever they are, they really light up the road.
They do.
It's nice.
God, mine are so fucking bright. It's amazing. I've never used the brights yet.
Right.
I don't know why you would. Yeah, unless you're out in the desert or something, you want to see 5 miles.
Then I have fog lamps, then cornering lights, which I never understood. They just turn on the direction you're turning.
Yeah, you see the curbs and stuff. Yeah, who knows? But all the LED stuff's cool.
Yeah.
We've upgraded some older cars.
I put an LED landing light on my helicopter.
Oh, you did?
Big fucking light, yeah. Yeah, because I used to have to change those every now and then. This thing, they say 10,000 hours. I won't even have the helicopter 10,000 hours. The helicopter would be wrecked by then. I don't mean wrecked in an accident. I mean, it'll be like, shit, 10,000 hours? That's a lifetime bulb.
There are so many ways.
We put some LEDs on an old GTO for a guy because he couldn't see. You know, the old incandescent headlights.
Oh, yeah.
He couldn't see.
And they're impervious to vibration.
Yes.
Yeah. They're just wonderful.
On the LEDs? Yeah, because they're solid state. There's no moving parts. There's no filament. There's no wire connections.
They didn't make one for my little one. Well, maybe they do. I haven't even tried. I'd like to get LEDs on all of them. I got on 2, but my old-fashioned antique one, they don't have it. I don't have it yet.
Jim and Mary's last days are the same day.
But he needs to whip up a new shift lead without interviews burning his time.
Gotta get interviewing before my calendar is cooked.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can
It's tough though. Some of the newer cars that don't have LEDs, people try to add them, and the systems are designed like taillights and stuff. They want to put LEDs in there for brightness because it changes the resistance, and the computers notice resistance changes, and that's how they think they're short. So they'll shut them down. So to protect them off. Oh, it's crazy.
You mean on the newer cars or the older?
Well, not 2021, but say 18s and 19s. The body control module controls the lighting.
And it's not just a matter of voltage or no voltage.
It's an amperage rating that it's.
So those bulbs, those LEDs have substantially more resistance.
Less.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they're not burning up a filament.
Yeah. So
you're right. It's just current flow.
It views it as an open circuit. So it'll start doing all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah.
Never thought of that.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Because it tries to protect itself from over voltage or oversupply, so it'll shut lights down.
Now you think that what they would do is make a
well, there's adapters. There's all
that's
kinds
exactly
of stuff
right,
you can do.
or retro lights that have it built in, a little transformer or something, or whatever they need to put a resistor, Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. Tim, welcome. What's going on, Tim?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I just wanted to put a public service warning out for people. I canceled my Peacock streaming subscription. They charged me $30 to do it.
To do what?
To cancel my Peacock subscription.
Why?
I don't know. And
now wait a minute. When did you get the Peacock subscription? When did you get it?
When Denver played Kansas City that Thursday night.
Okay, they had some specials on purpose. They didn't want, it was a sporting event, right?
Right.
They didn't want people signing up for one sporting event and then canceling. In some cases, I don't know how you signed up. In some cases, they had a minimum.
Well, I signed up and I did the premium and everything to get rid of the commercials and stuff. So it's been, what, 7 months?
Oh, really? And they still charged you to quit?
Yep.
Now, wait a minute. Did you ask them why?
No. What they did is they forwarded my credit card. I used the Bluebird, cheap one from Walmart. And they put it to a place, DYME. And I checked my Bluebird account, and it says Molly equals DYME.
Yeah, but I'm asking did you ask them why they were charging you a penalty?
Well, see, that's the thing.
You probably had a 2-year contract with a cancellation policy.
Well,
say again?
Was it a 1-year contract?
I don't think so because I looked in their thing and they never said anything about it.
I don't know of any of them, Doc, that are yearly. I don't think they are. I think...
No, I'm saying 2 years. 2 years with a $30 cancellation fee.
I've never heard of such a thing. I've never heard of that for streaming.
I canceled Hulu and I canceled Finley, too, at the same time. And the reason I canceled them, I don't watch that much TV.
And the other ones...
And no extra charges on those.
And no cancellation on those, right? No charges.
No.
Okay. The obvious question again, did you call and ask anyone in customer service for...
Well, when I did it, they said they're going to send me out an official letter within 2 days to confirm that everything's canceled, that blah, blah, blah. I still haven't gotten the letter. It's been a week.
They put it on your credit card, right?
Yes.
Why don't you contest the charge?
Well,
if you did, here's what would happen. The only reason I'm saying that, Tim, is it might get a quicker response than we could. If you say this is not authorized, then they would have to show where you agreed to some kind of cancellation fee.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
No, I understand. I was going to wait till I got that letter, and I never did receive the letter.
Well, I would contest it I would do it on the credit card side. I would have them remove it. Then they have to get an explanation as to why they think it should be there, and they have to provide you with something. That's where I'd start. But I've never heard of cancellation fees for any streaming services. It's too competitive right now. It's month by month. Now, for special sporting events, I've seen, now and then they make you do it for 3 months or something like that, but I've never heard of, he's had it 7 months for them canceling and charging him. So, getting back to the cars, anti-theft devices. Do you think the club works?
You just have to cut the steering wheel.
Do people actually do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, so they actually cut the steering wheel.
They got a reciprocal saw because when they're not stealing cars, they're stealing cats, so they got tools.
Okay.
Just take a saw to the steering wheel and the club's gone.
And then as far as catalytic converters, there's not much you can do about it, is?
There's a couple shields that they're starting to come out with products.
Are the shields are helping?
They're helping, but they don't fit right yet. So it's a process.
And where are they selling them?
That's the best question. I mean, because
that's where they should shut it down.
Exactly where they
is take the market away.
If you can't sell them, you won't steal them. Yeah.
And then you're saying the best kind of anti-theft devices are the ones that actually disable the car.
And you want a redundant type system.
Like a fuel shut-off and an electrical switch.
Right. You don't want the one that plugs into your computer plug where they can see it right away and they just take it off and steal it anyway. You're going to spend money to get a good system. It's not going to be $29 on Amazon or something like that.
Okay, so it's something, if it's really important to you, because really, even though you have insurance never makes you whole on a theft. Especially, it's better if they never recover the damn thing, really.
I agree.
On a theft, when they recover it, it's almost worse.
Never right.
Anyway, Kevin Calkin, SheridanAutotech.com. Thanks for being here. Kevin, minor, major repairs, maintenance, and electrical issues, 455-7242, 455-7242, 2 locations, Lakewood and Aurora. And I say this and I mean it, referralist.com for help, information, and referrals, 303-MARTINO 24/7, 303-MARTINO. Save all your